Does she really need to understand anything?
And we are live. Hello, Rachel. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Last Sunday Squad, a game where a bunch of lit RPG authors group up and play Dungeons and Dragons. I am your Fable Master, Jack Fields, and with me, as always, is the trio of exceptional players that I've been gifted to have. And we're gonna go through everyone, and we also have an amazing guest star. We're gonna go through everyone. So tell us where we can find you, who you are, of course, and something that you're working on, and we'll do the same at the end, and then we're just going to dive headfirst into the show. Let's start with Katie Hanna.
Woohoo! Katie Hanna. You can find me on Blue Sky, Facebook, most anywhere, Reddit. I am working on Library System Reset. And I've just finished book 4, and I'm about to start book 5. Book 4 comes out in a couple of months, give or take, and yeah, I'm here.
And those books are narrated by the fabulous Andrea Parsnow.
Yes, they are.
And speaking of Andrea Parsnow, we will use that to segue elegantly into someone else whose series is narrated by Andrea, Rachel Ní Chuirc.
I thought it was Brian. I forgot. Now I'm doing. Hi, my name is Rachel Ní Chuirc. I wrote the Knights of Eternity trilogy. It is narrated by Andrea Parsnow. She is about to get the 3rd book, which will be out audio in June, I believe. But all 3 of them are already out on Kindle, physical copies, on spaceships. I don't know. You can get it in a bunch of places. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Let us go to our 3rd and final member of our permanent cast. We have Brian J. Nordon, Esquire.
So I am coming through Chatfield's computer at the moment, but I'm doing my regional impression. Sorry, so I'm Brian. I write Quest Academy. Book 5 is what I'm working on at the moment, but in 2 days, the audiobook for book 3 goes live. So that's very, very exciting. So that'll be my first trilogy out in audio. And yeah, it's the best book I've written so far.
Yeah, you're also
still reading number 4.
Yeah, I'm still reading number 4. It'll be even better. And thank you so much, Brian. And now for our incredible returning guest, the Michael Chatfield.
Hi, I'm Michael Chatfield. I write a whole bunch of stuff, lit RPG, sci-fi, fantasy, that good things. I'm working on the 4 Horsemen series right now, working on book 5, which is the last of the series, and we hope to have that out soon. And also working on a new series called Restarting the Apocalypse, which you can expect out this fall. And just excited to be here, everyone.
Excited to have you.
The fall, autumn.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Sorry, persnickety over here.
Of course. Look, we completely understand. Pleasure to have you here. And if you wish to check out my stuff, spooky, cozy, romantic, fantasy of the lit RPG variety, check out the Walking Shadow trilogy with book 2's audiobook releasing in April, narrated by Tess Arndale and Neil Helligers. That one's called Scarlet Blade, with the first being called Scarlet Citadel. Let's rock. Let's get right into it. I'm really feeling it. Okay, so my friends, it has been a while since we convened together, and thus I will begin with Geppetto, your father's diary, to bring us back into the city of Tegeste Lipo and into the adventures of my friends. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Let's go. Geppetto's diary, August the 15th. I regret to write that the weather has not improved. It is like unto a rain-sodden sandwich, or a purse dropped in a puddle. In other words, regrettably and most disagreeably damp. The river Glinda, having so recently burst her banks, has been restored. Flooding has been controlled, no thanks to Bernard Wolfe and his fable coalition that run the city, but thanks to the small kindnesses and collaboration of the people of this place, Tegeste Lipo, we have managed to get by. Speaking of collaboration, the rebellious group known as the Forgotten Eighth, led by the 8th of Snow White's 7 dwarfs, not Dopey, not Sleepy, but Rebellion, have joined forces with my 3 children, Etienne, Silva, and Leonora. They are on a quest to help me, and helping me means helping this city, which I was kicked out of many years ago. We must defeat the Fable Coalition, particularly that cheeky ne'er-do-well, Bernard Wolfe, and his lover, Rebecca Riding, with her red-hooded wiles. And we must find the magical device called the Golden Canary in Castle Nightshade, in order to restore the autonomy of all puppets in the city, and to make my 3 children human. Earlier today, my children defeated Hansel and Gretel, 2 fierce and petulant necromancers. They also ran afoul of Alice, the Blade of Wonderland, the Fable Coalition's assassin. Oh. Thank heaven my children returned safe from so perilous an encounter. I don't know what I'd do without them. Doesn't bear thinking about, my goodness me. As evening crept in, we celebrated in the Forgotten Eighth's headquarters, which are located in a temple of the Wicked Witch. Now, thankfully banished. A strange choice, and rather eerily green, I dare say, but not without a certain anachronistic charm. Yes, indeed. The libations were very good. Silver and I repairing his mechanical squirrel, Etienne dazzling the rebels with her insights on the animal kingdom, particularly those animals as can be communicated with within a certain appreciable distance, and with Leonora drinking the leader of the rebels under the table. Mercifully, dwarves have a fast metabolism, and Rebellion was quick to his feet. I thought blows would be exchanged, so fierce did he look. But then his white-whiskered face split in an enormous grin, and he stuck out his hand, wincing and laughing as Leonora shook it. "You're okay, lass," the dwarf told my daughter. "You and yours, you did well with Hansel and Gretel. Tomorrow we'll be drinking in fancier conditions than these. Thanks to your efforts, we've had an avalanche of volunteers joining up. We've got a rumour mill churning out stories of your exploits, and people like what you're doing. With our current numbers, we can launch an ambush on our next targets in the Fable Coalition." When Leonora asked where they were going, and why should there be drinking involved, the dwarf's grin grew very sly and cunning, and he told her that they were heading for the mega-sized tavern, the Winding Wood. There, disguised, the rebels would filter into the crowd, lending Leonora, Silver, and Etienne their support when it came time to throw down, as the kids say. Who are they going up against? The owner of the Winding Wood, Gold Boy Goose, as well as the agents of Bernard Wolfe's will, Jonathan Croak, otherwise known as the Frog Prince, Goldilocks and her 3 bears, and the Naked Emperor. All names from my past, names of former friends turned to enemies. This is the mission, then. Go to the Winding Wood, locate the members of the Fable Coalition, and defeat them, taking them prisoner or killing them. And with the blue fairy glowing, my children summoned an old friend to help them in this coming adventure. Stepping out of the blue light came none other than the Mad Hatter. How good it is to see him. Good night, then, my diary. Tomorrow there shall be a tavern brawl unlike any this city has ever seen. My friends, as the morning occurs, as at dawn breaks over the city, you convene in the temple together. The Mad Hatter very much with you, and you have a chance to chat before heading towards the Winding Wood Tavern to discuss potential strategy and to talk about any little things you'd like to with your returned friend. I shall mute myself while you guys chat.
I totally remembered everything. Didn't need that recap at all.
Oh.
I wasn't there going, oh shit, yeah, Hansel. Yeah, I remember that. And Alice.
Yep.
Alice.
Totally remembered her. Totally.
Yes,
totally.
that wayward daughter of sorts.
Yeah.
That, yeah, she, you raised a Spitfire there, Matt Hatter.
Always a bit of a hellion. A little different in the ways that she does things now.
Interesting math choices. Yeah.
Yeah, difference a good way to put that.
Mm-hmm.
Very
yeah.
She tried to stab me.
Yeah.
Like she gets up
Unfortunately,
super close.
she didn't
To
succeed.
be fair,
Unfortunately.
Silver,
To be
fair,
fair,
Silver,
that
a
is
lot of
kind of
people
what
try to stab you. Yeah, a lot of
Was it
people
with
try
the
to stab
big blade or the small blade?
How big is the small blade?
How long
I
is the
have a
piece of
gun
string?
Oh,
Any blade is too close.
hmm. Armor might be the way to go, my friend.
So what you've been up to, Hatter?
Oh, a little bit in this realm, a little bit in that realm. Inciting a little rebellion. I used to really be on the side of the administration, but since the Queen's died away, I have rather lost myself in a manner. And Alice needs help, needs to be stopped. Sorry. Whew, this tea's a little stronger than I was anticipating.
Can you just, like, if Alice shows up again, if you could just get her to just stab Silver? That's my only request.
Stabbing, she's very good at.
Yeah, if you could just direct it at him only, exclusively, that would be great.
It would be a good distraction.
Yes,
so
but she is also pulled by chaos, and where she goes, it may be left behind.
No! Absolutely not. By the way, I know we're really trying to, restore memories or, bring it back to the good side, all these sort of nice things. My question would be, hypothetically, does he have any glaring weaknesses?
Oh, where's the fun in that?
Yeah. But glaring
I don't know. Like from range, like can only be like bullet sized, hypothetically.
Well, she does have what was it? The curiosity of the cat. Really, quite portals may be her interest in the thing that she enjoys the most, but beware of what she finds within.
Okay, you've met us before.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have any idea why this group, especially this group, she would have targeted me specifically?
Well, we're similar in stature, and our answers are misleading. And as similar as you are to me, the greater her hatred.
Oh, shit. So, because I'm insane. I mean, you're not insane.
No. Sanity's a sliding scale, isn't all of it?
Yeah, it's like subjective.
I also think a better question would be, is there any reason she wouldn't stab Silver? I think that would be a...
The more despicable the more despicable the act now, the more loved. The more loved the act later, the more hated.
Oh, riddles. Love that. Okay, can we just go to the high ground? Like, for reasons.
To the high ground?
Aren't we going down to the tavern for a tavern brawl?
Does the tavern have
Or is that
windows?
just wishful thinking?
No, indeed, you are headed for the Winding Wood with the rebels to take on new members of the Fable Coalition.
I don't know if we can trust new members of the Fable Coalition.
Oh,
don't worry, they are good friends.
The Fable Coalition or the rebels? The Fable Coalition are the, like, Jonathan Croak, the Frog Prince, Goldilocks, the Naked Emperor, Gold Boy Goose. These are like targets. They're to be imprisoned or killed, whereas the rebels are the good guys with you. They're the Eighth Dwarf Rebellion, the Scottish guy.
Oh yeah.
This tea is really strong today.
I'm just always very, very skeptical of people who are becoming new allies when we're already on our way to do something. Are they getting? Do they have an angle? Are they trying to like pull one over on us? Are they trying to infiltrate? Are they really here to help? Are they really allies?
Would you like to make an insight check on the Forgotten Eighth Dwarf?
Sure.
You can make an insight
Do
check on
that.
Rebellion, so roll a d20 and add your insight modifier, which is based on wisdom. And anyone else who wishes to join can do so, including the Mad Hatter, if you wish to gauge this.
No. Anyone who
Can I
drinks is
do-
good in my book.
Can I do an
19
insight
plus
check on the Mad
1. So I've
Yes,
got a
you can do an insight check.
dirty 20.
That's good. Okay,
Oh, actually, dirty 23.
it's very strong. Okay. So, with that, you would recognize that within the craggy exterior of the Forgotten Eighth Rebellion, there is a mingling of different impulses and motivations. I think in his little interactions you can see, and the way people look at him among the rebels, and these rebels are made up of people of the city. I think that for some reason, Etienne, it strikes a little, because you're quite learned. I think you would have engaged with some of the reading matter that Geppetto would have had in your nice little crack there. You would have engaged with some of the reading material in Geppetto's house, and this guy actually, the Forgotten Eighth, looks like a policeman. Polis, which comes from the ancient language, meaning a man of the city. And there is very much a sense of that. That is actually, it's also where the word politician comes from. But that would mean a worker of the city or a laborer of the city. But when you look at the Forgotten Eighth, there is something of the city in him, craggy, kind of ruinous, but so full of a kind of hope that moves through him and is a really strong force of gravity for the people around him. With a 23, which is a terrific roll, you would gauge that within him is lodged a very deep resentment over something that's happened in his past. You're not sure what. You could ask him if you wished, but he is holding a real coal, a burning coal at the center of his dwarvish being.
Can I tell if that is directed toward us or toward
With a 23,
other
you
shit?
can. With a 23, you for sure can.
Okay, so is he angry at us?
Definitely not angry towards you.
Okay.
You would guess it might be a member of the Fable Coalition, but you're not sure whom.
Okay.
And yes, you wish to insight check the Mad Hatter. What did you get, Silver?
I got an 8, so I expect the same level of profundity.
You got it. Easy. You think that that the Mad Hatter is he actually reminds you of what's called a policeman, a man of the city, and he, which is also incidentally a politician. There is a depth to him, a kind of a thing that people follow, but there is in his past some deep point of resentment, maybe towards a member of the Fable Coalition. Who knows?
You know what? I'm just going to turn around to the group and be like, did you know that polis is an ancient language and it used to mean that's what you get.
So, my friends, any elements of the battle that you'd like to, if you'd like to do any, for example, you haven't encountered any of these individuals before. If you wish to speak to your father to gauge information on any of them, gauge potential weaknesses, if you wish to, Mad Hatter, if you'd like to have a little think about Alice and see if you can remember any sort of weaknesses that might occur there, you all can, or we can get right to the Winding Wood, or we can do it potentially on the way, should you wish to kind of communicate with your father as he heads along with you, although Geppetto won't be there in the fight. He's a very old man. Let me know what you'd like.
So are there people in this group that I could determine that are ranged?
You could, yeah. So, do you ask your dad?
I'd ask my dad because, I'd rather side along with them because if they know the best spots, if they have the best tactics and stuff, because I'm new to being ranged.
You mean in terms of the rebels rather than...
Yes.
Oh, yes. That would be the Forgotten Eighth. In terms of range, we're poorly equipped. The city's weapons are all smuggled in for us. What we have to hand is getting better as our reputation grows. However, alas, lacking. Certainly not fine dwarvish craftsmanship. In terms of our longbows, we do have a few, but the Winding Wood Tavern is very much one that will necessitate us being within its grounds to be most effective. You shall see why when you get there, but its windows very difficult to see through, or indeed punctured from within. You shall see.
Brilliant. Just follow-up question.
Sure.
You have survived so long,
Aye.
and you have been leading this rebellion. And it would be foolish of me to think that whatever strategy we come up with will be better than yours. What way would you best utilize us?
The Forgotten Eights. Well, look, I mean, Brian, that is so sly. Take a D4 inspiration dice. That is so sly. He goes,
Very silver.
it was, and clever as well. So he goes, the Forgotten Eight thinks about it and he says, while I would trust you to your own devices, that is a good point. In this case, what we're dealing with is an enemy that is both melee and ranged in focus. We've got Goldilocks, a ranger type, with 3 Ursine friends at her call, with claws and teeth and hairy bristly bits. We also have a grotesque prince. He can apparently, though few who have seen it have lived to talk about it, and perhaps 'tis apocryphal, but he can transform his body into a sickening, slimy creature. Then we have Goldboy Goose. He is nae a problem. He is an immensely wealthy financier, and the Winding Wood is his tavern. You have heard of Goldboy Goose?
Oh. Yes, of course.
Right. Well, okay. Perhaps it is useful for me to tell you the source of his finance. When the Wicked Witch was in charge, he had served her for a great long time, but unfortunately spurned her on a key occasion, thus leading to a blessing/curse that resulted in him being forever wealthy and at last doomed to agonizing hemorrhoids. He shits golden eggs. Lastly, he says, stroking his mighty white beard, we have the Naked Emperor, a bard of exquisite skill. He shall bolster the others with every means necessary, and he's nude and apparently quite well hung, which has an intimidation factor in its own. One of the rebels goes past and says, I hear it's not that big. 'Tis very big to a dwarf.
Leonora heard hairy bristly bits, got excited because she was like, oh, me too. Then realized it was talking about bears, checked back out, but checked back in when she heard there was massive eggs coming out of an arse.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that's.
I'm pretty sure the well hung part got her as well. Just
yeah,
like she was like, yeah,
yeah. She was like, damn, okay, interesting. Could he be swayed? Could he come over to our side?
I hear that it sways a great deal. He's not wearing clothes. It sways a great deal, like a pendulum in an old clock. Several members of the Forgotten Eighth.
Did you say pendulum in an old cock or pendulum in an old clock?
I swear. Truly debauched. He is by the way completely stony faced through this entire thing, and he says, I wish you luck, and if you have any other questions, I have business to attend to. Anyone else have any questions for anyone?
Poor man's never unarmed at any stage.
He's 3-legged.
Yes. Oh, it's like a baby's arm holding an apple. So, my friends, what would you like to do? We got to move this along.
Follow.
You wish to go to the Winding Wood?
Yeah, are we there yet?
We're going to die anyway. So we might as well.
Okay.
I
it's-
want.
I was going to say, it's fully aware of how many hit points I have. I know when I'm dying.
True. That is true. Indeed, you all do. But what were you going to say there, Leonora?
I just really want to meet the guy who has a gaping asshole. I mean, shit's eggs.
Goldblum Goose.
Yeah, that's really my. I want to meet gaping. That's my goal, and if we can negotiate around that, great. But she's hopeful and excited.
Okay.
He's been trying to negotiate that for years, and he hasn't yet.
Yes.
He hasn't met Leonora.
I missed this. As you make your way out into the city, Geppetto's diary previously mentioned that it was raining quite heavily. There was torrential rain leading to flooding recently, but it has petered off. Okay, so you guys know there's several districts in the city, so you guys are heading to a new one, and I should give you insight into that right now. Okay. In the Irving district, which despite its big leafy trees, massive flowers, looming vines, and climbing ivy, its intense organic smells and tall wafting grass and general vastness, manages to convey a feeling of snugness and sweetness. It's an impossible garden of a district, yet it feels small, like the kind of a tiny, well-cared-for garden of a grandmother who wears Wellington boots and carries a trowel in gloved hands and is helplessly addicted to chamomile tea. Lots of people are here. Loads of them. Not just people with green thumbs keeping the wildlife going either. People in yellow suits and pink dresses and black ties and blue ribbons worn in dark autumn-coloured hair and the snap of umbrellas coming open. That's everywhere. And cigarette smoke hangs in a pall, and it mingles with the really nice floral smells. And the bobby-pin police puppets, you know, the bobbies, they meander and glare with menacing expressions. But everyone is going to work or finishing up work and trying to keep out of the rain, sprinkling them or splattering down as it drips from the mighty trees. And here, in a meeting point of the streets themselves, in the Irving district, there's a square. And instead of a statue or something, the middle of the square is dominated by a tavern. It's red brick, black tile roofed, 6 stories tall, with very nice gables and spotless gutters. The windows are stained glass, showing scenes right out of history, though these you could probably see better inside. A goddamn enormous tree has grown up through the tavern, busting through the architecture here and there, and even in the muggy light of the afternoon, the branches are starkly pale and the leaves amazingly orange. The sign over the main door shows a kind of a set of trees making the impression of a woods from an eagle-eye perspective, and the painted forest is curving this way and that way. People are streaming in and out through those massive oak doors, the main entrance. You see some of the rebels in plain clothes. They give you a quiet nod and head inside. Any last-minute preparations as you head in?
This is so stupid. The tree going through the inn, how, like, are there any spaces that makes you, if you were in that tree, could you look directly down into the inn?
Can I have a side question here?
Okay.
So the Mad Hatter is from this city.
You are, yes.
Is there an advantage or help that he can provide around this tavern and locale in information?
To what end?
Depends on the questions.
Oh, in other words, are you... Oh, yes. Okay, I see what you're getting at, Michael. You would like to assist Brian in finding a branch that should have a good vantage point, or perhaps in future checks for the party, you could add a form of advantage.
Let us say that the Mad Hatter's brain is as scattered as a hatter. And a question might get secrets or information. but the Hatter has to be asked.
Oh, got you. Okay, so yes.
And the right question has to be asked. So, like,
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Okay, yes, I love that. So, posing a question to the Mad Hatter along these lines, Michael, is it okay that it's random whether or not it's true or not?
Absolutely.
Okay, I will text you if it's true, and I'll text you if it's true or not. But I'll only text you, Michael. Okay, excellent. So Silver, do you pose this question to the Hatter?
Yes, I do. And how, like, what the good vantage point within that tree that would allow me to, kind of like eagle eye into the place.
Hatter, roll a d20 on, and I will send you odds or evens being true or false. What did you get on the d20?
I got 6.
Okay, excellent. So check your messages there, and go ahead and make your response based on that. Are there vantage points?
Yes, there are vantage points.
I'm looking at this fucking tree, and of course the fucking, which is the good one.
There.
You look up. They look the same as the other points to you, but he seems really sure.
Can I do an insight check?
Nope.
Okay then. That fall damage. It's wild.
You know the fall is autumn as well in some places?
Huh?
Sorry.
I'd like to plant the tree.
So, as we're gonna get back to Silver there, but Silver, you're going to be able to, as you climb, keep up with several elements of the description that are to come. So treat it as if you're hearing it, seeing it, okay? And that you can, should you wish to communicate with the others via your mechanical squirrel, also called Silver, which has been repaired by you and your father, just in case you want to keep in touch with the others. However, you will be forced to mime the actions, so should you wish to consider to communicate something. Okay.
But the what was that rat that we met? I thought the sudden need Fred.
Fred's on
Where's
my
Fred?
shoulder.
Fred's
How
on
you
your
doing,
shoulder.
Goods? You doing good? How you feeling?
He's my
Jesus,
little
that
army
thing's the
rat.
line?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing? It's good to be here. Good to be. I like this tavern a lot. They throw out some good garbage.
Could Fred scout like through the openings in the tree that the Hatter pointed out to see like if there's
Sweetheart,
anything we need to be careful of?
honey,
Fred,
for
could
you feed me cheese. I do whatever for
I
you.
got all the I even got brie for you this time, mate.
Holy fucking shit. Also, I notice you like the voice. I notice my voice change. I can do my own voice if you like. I can pitch up. I got range. I got a lot of range. I'm a,
Fred,
I did 6
whatever
years.
makes you happy. We love you.
I did 6 years in theatre school. All right, I'll give it a shot. Okay, so we going up. I'll check things out for you. I'll go up with Silver, keep him company. I'm sure he'll like that. He scurries onto Silver's shoulder. The squirrel looks uncomfortable. The mechanical squirrel. How you doing, fucker? Yeah, Silver.
Don't forget Jasper, my little dragon.
Jasper's little dragon.
Yeah. The dragon.
Holy shit! I'm Snow White.
The dragon snakes up towards the little verminous friend and kind of hisses at him. Oh, it's going to be a bumpy ride as you head up. At this point, my friends, the rest of you, as Silver begins to climb, Brian, if you'd like to, your choice, it does matter. Stealth or athletics, you're going to be doing both, but whichever you pick first matters. So make that roll, and I will come back to you in 2 seconds. At this point,
Can I throw him?
does
I would
Silver
honestly
wish?
give it a try. I don't think he's the best at athletics.
I can give him. I can give my little bro a boost.
Silver, do you
No,
wish
leg
to
up,
be
yeah.
alone?
Yeah.
Just don't fling him. He has Fred on his shoulder.
There are
Yes.
hundreds of people milling around the square.
Not a problem.
He just said yes.
I can be subtle. That's fine.
Yes.
It's an improvised weapon, right? Sorry,
So-
never mind.
Silver's just looking into the distance saying, yeah.
No, it's just like, oh, I'm a little wooden man. I love wood. Look, a tree. There. That's normal.
Okay. I don't think that's how
Are
that
you
works,
going
pal.
home then?
I got 17.
Okay. Okay. Silver, roll an acrobatics check.
Oh no.
That was
I think
strength.
I
I
did
just
not.
I just did a pure strength check. Me too.
Oh, thank God, that's a 7. Sorry, it looked like a 1. And I was
Okay.
like, oh,
Oh, I can't hear Brian for some reason.
you keep using it or are you freezing?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, wait, just give me a second. I'm going to use the gingerbread luck.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, the gingerbread luck is a power that Silver got a long time ago. Well done.
Isn't that the
And-
last Mad Hatter episode?
It actually is. Well remembered, KT.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah, just kind of like finger guns. 17.
As Leonora launches you up in the air, several people, of course, because it is not a stealthy action, look up in alarm as this figure is sent up sailing through the branches. You do not impact a single branch on your way up, deftly and nimbly avoiding them thanks to Leonora's strength and your own supple and brilliant dexterity. Landing, whooshing yourself up onto a branch, you test the footing underneath and look through into one of the stained glass windows. You can see really up close the city of Tegeste Lipo in this stained glass window looks to be only a very small hamlet, but identified as such with a kind of curving print, you know, that with that kind of vellum unrolling scroll look at the bottom of some stained glass windows, and Tegeste Lipo written underneath with the year that it was in that particular image. Silver, well done. My friends, the rest of you head inside the tavern itself. Obviously constructed around this enormous tree.
Jesus Christ, you pick.
And with the tree itself having if you like kind of sporulated germinated throughout the whole structure. You can see that different ornamentation has been added to each little branch and twig and leaf of the tree. There are gorgeous hanging decorations, such as one might find in a kind of a Christmas affair. You can see what looks like small tables, shabby little tables, and this floor, and only a shabby little fireplace. In fact, that word pretty adequately summarizes this first floor, but you can see that a small, what looks like rickety staircase leads up to a significantly more prosperous floor. And looking up the stairs, you can see, yes, the ornamentation and the largesse, the richness seems to increase with each floor as you go up. Patrons are milling about of all races and species and creeds, and you have what looks like several individuals from the rebels have filtered out into the crowd. There are bouncers between each level, hulking looking brutish people, likely after coming off their second or third jobs. Bouncing does not pay well in the city, or indeed in any city, alas. So unappreciated. And it's the case that as the patrons mill about, you do notice that the perfumes of different alcohols come to you as well. Sweet ale and barley beer. You can hear the pop of champagne bottles coming to you down, and the sound of the glub 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 of the champagne filling up the fluted glasses, and you can smell wine, and you can smell oak and cider, oak fermented cider casks. Yes, yes, indeed. I think you could smell the tang of many different fruits as well, mingled within the rich, rustic sense of this place. The Winding Wood as a tavern is colossal and open, but with that tree around it, you very much have people even swinging off some of the branches. It is the centerpiece around which the whole thing seems to fluctuate. Its orange leaves seeming almost a reflection or a kind of simulacrum, beautiful and solemn, of the fires blazing in each hearth at each level. and you can hear the rain pattering on the red brick outside, and you can hear laughter, bawdy and raucous. My friends, what would you like to do? Silver, you are currently, I imagine, keeping an eye on things scaling up, so you can also tell me what you'd like to do. Yes, I hope you guys can feel the space as well as I can. I'm seeing it very vividly. But if you have any questions about the space whatsoever, including those stained glass windows, any sort of clientele, please do let me know. What would you like to do?
Leonora loudly says, "I'll investigate the bar," and goes straight to it.
She's going to check on the quality of the liquor to make sure nobody else has to suffer through subpar alcohol.
Correct. And, you know, I might...
That's her main concern.
I'll see, can I check in with the staff? That's, you know, that's totally what I'm going to go do.
Okay.
Like, she's off, and she just goes straight away. She doesn't even look to see if he acknowledges her.
Okay.
Okay. Etienne's really, really interested in the stained glass stuff because she feels like there's something that it's trying to tell her.
Interesting.
Because there's all different stories, and you said they were better seen like from the inside.
True.
And so now they're vividly there, and so she's definitely like preoccupied by observing these and trying to get like a sense of these stories that are in this glass.
I love that. I love that. Yes, you can make an investigation check. I think Leonora as well are approaching the bar, approaching the staff. Would you like to make just a sheer charisma check?
Oh, sure. And she's feeling very charismatic today.
Well, I got another 19 plus 1, so a dirty 20.
Is fabulous. So we're going to kind of take the different roles, and then we're going to get to each one in turn. Chatfield, does the Mad Hatter and have anything you'd like to do here?
So the Mad Hatter goes to Etienne, who's close to him, and he proceeds to pull out a small miniature tea kettle. And he holds it out to Etienne and says, "If something goes wrong," and he pulls it back, "how good's your vision?"
Pretty bloody good, mate. I could probably... I think
upon the signal or a noise, maybe a distraction, maybe a quiver, definitely not a quiver. Take this out, and quickly hands her the tea kettle and says, "Bon voyage," and starts walking towards the stairs and flips a gold coin to a bouncer on his way.
Heading towards the stairs to the next floor. Yes. Okay, perfect. I will deal with that in a moment. Etienne, you have been given, add to your character sheet, miniature tea kettle. You'll notice that it is constantly emitting steam, so you may wish to pop it away for the moment, but suddenly his meaning becomes clear in terms of, that's why he asked you about the eyesight, the steam foaming out of it. Silver, while we're dealing with roles, I'd love to hear what you're up to out there, my fabulous friend.
A big estimate of which floor I'm at in terms of practicality.
With Leonora's 17, you're 17. I think you're on floor... I think you're halfway the branch between floor 2 and 3.
Excellent. I'd like to keep going up towards floor 3. But what I'd like to do as well is using the sort of points that the Hatter had said, I'd like to sort of create a strategy of how to utilize those points as an assembly.
How to utilize those points to what end?
Essentially, that if he was correct, and that these are the best vantage points, by only using those vantage points to go up, if I'm caught unawares, I'll be in one of them.
Engaging. I think you can do that automatically. Fine by me. That works well.
Okay.
But making your way up safely requires either athletics or acrobatics.
So, this is going to be fine.
I believe in you.
Since I don't have... Oh, Jesus Christ, it's acrobatics. Athletics -2. So, we can do this.
Sorry, I loved the, "this is going to be fine." Like, I felt that in my soul, Silver. I felt it. I believe in you.
Wait, are you moving on the outside of the building?
Yes.
Why is he laughing? Anyway. Shit. So I'm going to go up, and it's going to be the most extra movement of all time. Because if I have to do acrobatics, it has to be cartwheels. It has to be stuff like this. And will you allow me to use a reaction if things go shit?
Possibly.
Okay. I would like to do the most dandy-ass pirouette. Oh.
Pirouette?
You know what? It just imagine it just like turning in slow motion, just being like, yes, that branch.
Yeah, you pirouetted up the side of the building. You didn't use wall running, you used pirouetting.
What did you get on your roll?
Oh, I didn't yet.
Excellent.
I wanted to see how difficult it would be. 19 plus 1, that is 20.
That is incredible. Okay, let's deal with each scene as we go.
Well, no one can see me.
Etienne, Etienne, as you approach with your excellent investigation, you approach what looks like a stained glass image that shows several apish figures. And as they seem hurt and lost by some event, possibly, oh yes, it's explained in a previous, you hurry over to the other one to gain context. In another stained glass window, it shows these apish creatures attacked actively by demonic forces, their numbers decimated so cruelly. And as these monkeys hurried over to flee from these forces, you watch as they fled towards a woman. The woman is depicted mostly in shadow, but what parts of her are visible beneath her hat and her cloak of clotted black shadow? She's green. And you watch as the monkeys cluster around her, and you see this entity, this figure, looking towards that other stained glass image featuring the demonic forces. Okay. So you can note that for the moment. Then we have Leonora. Leonora, could you roll me a d6 and tell me the result?
Oh, scary. Okay, 1 second. 6.
6?
Mhm.
Give me 2 seconds here. The Mad Hatter and I are consorting.
God help me.
Yes, Michael, I think that's I think it concretizes it. He's an evil genius, Sir Chatfield. So, here's the vibe. As you approach the busy bar, all packed and clumped with jostling shapes and figures, the laughter and the good smells that I described earlier wash over you, as well as the sound of a fresh cask of beer, a delicious blonde lager being cracked open and being poured consecutively into rows of thin glasses, though on this lowest of the floors, rather grubby glasses at that, despite the quality of the beer being, it looks rather excellent. How good is it when you get to the second and third floors? The bartender, incredibly attractive elf, the most like stunning features, and catches your eye and says, "What can I do for you?"
I'm going to say the first thing that came to my mind. I apologize in advance, which was, I'll have a tall glass of you.
Without skipping a beat, this elf says, looks you up and down and says, "I was just thinking of having a glass of something taller."
Oh,
And
oh, damn.
Will says to the other bartenders on duty, "Cover me for 2 minutes," and slips beneath the bar and takes out what looks like, again, rather grubby, alas, given the poor equipment down here, but cocktail making, and begins to fashion you what looks like an excellent effort at a martini, slides it to you on the house, love. Hope you have a great day at this humble tavern of ours.
Can I like hold out my hand to high five them, and I just say, I enjoy being cut down. Thank you. I am a tree after all.
Well, you got to the root of that one quickly.
Oh,
And high fives and said, if you want to branch out later and not leave, you can find me at the bar.
Guys, forget the mission. Forget the mission. I'm just going to be here for this whole session. I hope you're all okay with that.
So
you climbing a tree.
You hear someone call out, Melaine, we need you. Sorry, I better get back to it. And Melaine, the bartender, heads off. You are now equipped with what looks like a pretty well-made martini, should you wish to drink it or use it in this adventure.
And just as she was putting her roots down.
Ah, indeed, indeed. Now, don't be beaches. Okay, let's move on. Elm.
Can I ask a positional question?
Michael, absolutely.
So, as I've gone upstairs, is the bar underneath me? Is that because Rachel went to the closest bar?
Was just about to deal with you going up. So yes, as you flick this, the coin it disappears into the bouncer's hand, and as you head up, that seems to have been an excellent offering. Who knows what it'll be like as you go farther. So are you looking specifically at the architecture of this place?
So I'm looking at, okay, so we've got the massive open space, probably 150 meters diameter around it. We've got this great, beautiful tree that has become all of this. And then I'm guessing it's a slightly conical shape because the tree has, as it's grown out, it has pulled in everything a little bit. And so as we're going up, we've got these 3 tiers of everything and joviality all around us. Now, knowing bars, we always know that the bar should be as close to the door as possible. And also knowing our friend Leonora, she's going to be at the closest bar possible with the prettiest elves around. So is that underneath the stairs? Where is that orientated to where the stairs are going up?
Yes. Also, just to give you, you said 3 tiers. There are 6 floors.
6 floors. Sorry.
No, I got you, brother. I got you. So it's a really good question. The bar for the second story is directly beside the stairs. As you were to come up, it's very, very close. And you notice they have a kind of a line system for this floor that keeps things flowing really neatly. This floor, a little more opulent. Whereas the curtains, of course, open at the moment with the windows, seem to be made of kind of wrinkled brownish leaves. These curtains on the second floor are of moss, and the clientele seem a little richer. The table's a little wider. What are you thinking?
First of all, I want to see where Leonora's bar is in coordination to where I am right now.
I got you. If you were to take 15 to 20 paces to your diagonal left, you would be directly over that bar. Why? And you can kind of peer down. There's a little railing. There's so many like cool little balconies that look down on lower floors and stuff. If you peered over, you could see Leonora talking to an elf right now. He seems to be making what looks like a little cocktail for her. It's a bit odd, but yeah, that's happening right now.
So what is within the space between me and them?
Oh,
who are the patrons and people and the tables and such? Yeah.
All clumped up together, but easily enough for you to slip between should you wish.
Is there, say, a drunk patron leaving?
Oh, indeed, it is a very busy place. There can absolutely be someone stumbling along.
So I'm going to move past them using disguise self, and I have disguise kit, and see if I can not put on their face and continue on through over to where Leonora is and drop and say, do you want distraction or do you want fun?
Leonora, you look up and there's an enormous nosed figure with like it's a slightly is he really good, by the way, at disguises, Mad Hatter, or is he like kind of shit?
He's pretty good at them. but he's also a little donkey with it. So, because he's half elf, right? He also, because he has assassin-like skills, and charlatan, and so he also has disguise kit. So his expertise in creating eccentric disguises.
Yes, so we have a kind of a bruised, blossomed figure, quite a large wine, with kind of a wino nose, all spidered in veins at the sides. Yeah, and very, very big and protuberant, but only half of a mustache. And he says that to you. Michael, could you say that line again?
Do you want, what was it?
Distraction?
Distraction or what?
Fun.
Or fun.
Leonora looks at this person. She hasn't a fucking clue who it is. Like, no idea. If you're waiting for her to, like, kind of cough or come, nah. But she says, I mean, you ask me that day or night, anytime. You'll always get the same answer. Fun.
Oh no.
The Mad Hatter takes out a bag and drops those and was like, I really didn't want to lose those, and continues on his way.
Kind of looks around, no one else is reacting, and like grabs the bag.
Okay, you do so. Just take a note of you. What? Oh yeah, sorry. What's in it, Mad Hatter?
What's in it?
Marbles.
Lost his marble.
She immediately goes.
Was that the pun?
It was.
Yeah.
You lost your marbles.
Yeah.
Of course. I know it's sublime. It's sublime.
I am disgusted.
You're welcome.
Rachel, does Leonora, what does she do with these?
She looks at them, and her first thought is, well, I know where to put these if gaping arsehole man isn't cooperating.
That is... I'm tempted to give you psychic damage. I'm tempted to give you psychic damage or inflict psychic damage on the party.
Oh, she's very excited at the idea.
We don't deserve that, thank you.
Leonora,
I can't hear.
That's true. No, you're right. You're right. Leonora, you keep those marbles.
Yeah, she's delighted.
I was about to say a rainy day for a gaping. Anyway, so the a protuberant. No, so okay, excellent. The Mad Hatter does that with a 20. As far as I recall, Brian, that was Silver's roll. Yeah, Brian, you can scale not one but 2 floors with this, should you wish to, all the way up into the 4th to the 5th.
I will go towards the 5th.
Oh yes, go towards the 5th. Excellent. Actually, super quick. Chatfield, could the Mad Hatter indeed give a description of this marble's abilities to Leonora?
As he wanders away, he says, they're great for tripping enemies and causing chaos in tight quarters, or bringing your lover semi-conscious into your arms. Head injuries aren't a joke, my friends.
So, at this point... What, Silver? He is. He actually is. So, Silver, you head to the 5th. Are you trying to peer through the stained glass? You're kind of noting all of these useful vantage points, and actually, as you go up and make your way forward, your confidence is really beginning to grow. I think Silver, rather expert in such matters of geometry, would be able to gauge very easily that the vantage points are indeed good, and that the Mad Hatter gave you a good steer.
Is he going over the stained glass or around the stained glass?
Currently, he is outside the building, negotiating his way up, just outside the stained glass. He would be able to see different scenes there, should he wish. Okay. Although I suspect that Brian is kind of more thinking of
preoccupied with
falling. I think so. Yeah, well, indeed. And Brian, yes, Silver, talk to me.
So, my thought on this.
Yep.
Is that I'm looking at all of the places where I'm like, okay, that's a good place to get into floor 2, that's a good place to get into floor 3, that's a good place to get into floor 5. And then looking up, I'm like, how do I do it with 6? So understanding that if I need to quickly go to a different floor using the outside apparatus, if there needs to be, like, if things kick off on the second floor, I'll know how to get there.
Like an entry point.
Yeah, creating entry points.
Clever. Yes, that's fine by me. That's... Oh. Silver. Should you wish to, you can make an intelligence check here, and it could benefit the players.
Okay.
As you head up towards the 6th floor, you can make an intelligence check. So let's make that check. The others, just to speed us along here, I think that you would find that each floor, as you ascend, has different little roadblocks in terms of the bouncers. What we're going to do here is we're going to narrow this encounter, because of course our enemies are located at the highest point. You could guess that. Here's the tricky bit. We're going to do a skill challenge, and as part of that skill challenge, should you wish to have little kind of other things that you do during the skill challenge, gift giving, as the Mad Hatter seems to be doing, that can occur simultaneously. But the skill challenge, if you recall, is taking a look at your different skills on your character sheet. The difficulty of it goes up and up and up. And should you fail, so we need 5 successes. If we get 3 failures, the enemy will have advance warning that you're approaching. That's the failure state. So we're going to be doing that. And Brian, that intelligence check, could you tell me what that is?
So it's either 21 or 24, because I have a thing called Flash of Genius, where I'm able to have a +3 as a reaction to an ability roll or anything like that.
Do you want to do that?
One of the, yes, so 24.
I think that's incredible. I think that, so just all of you take a note on your character sheet. Within the Winding Willow Tavern, you each have an additional 15 feet of movement. You have advantage on all perception checks. And on these rolls, it is quite a difficult challenge that we're on for, but Silver, I think with a 24, Brian, Brian, you can participate in this skill challenge, but I almost feel like because Silver's outside of it, there's no way for him to interact with the bouncers. I think that Brian, with this amazing roll, has given you all advantage on all of your checks. So roll twice and take the higher. This is still difficult. You could still fail, but he's given you severely better odds at sneaking up upon your enemy.
Can I just point out, Silver hasn't a clue. He's literally sitting outside being like, yeah, I just got another branch. Well done, me.
Whereas your squirrel is the one that's communicated at all.
Yeah.
That works
and
really
Brett, the little trader.
Okay, so it was 15 feet more movement and advantage
On perception checks. Advantage on perception checks. And for this skill challenge, where you're negotiating your way past the bouncers using different skills on your character sheet, take advantage on these rolls. Roll twice and take the higher. And Rachel, I can see, are you kind of chomping at the bit? Do you have a particular skill you'd like to start us off with?
So wait, so the purpose of the skill challenge, is there something, like, are we just trying to creep up to Golden Boy?
No,
what are we attempting to do?
You are attempting to reach the 6th floor with the members of the Fable Coalition, getting past the different bouncers. Okay,
not a problem. I have a +6 in athletics, so I'm willing to wait for later on to use that one because it's quite a big advantage.
Would you like to try and use a different skill to start us off? Maybe using your martini or your new friend, perhaps?
Yeah, can I ask her? Can I like put a couple of gold? Can I call her back over? But not in a shitty Karen way. More in a, when you've got a second.
Yeah.
When she comes back over, I put down a few gold. And I say, yes, I say, look, you seem absolutely lovely. I appreciate good service. I confess, though, I'm quite eager to get up to the top floors. Though I'm a little bit nervous. I think you can tell I'm much more comfortable down on the ground floor. What's the best way to get up to the top floor? Do you mind telling me? And can I roll charisma?
You can absolutely roll persuasion here.
Persuasion?
Does that mean I can't use persuasion later?
Okay, so you could, that's fine. You could also use insight. Or I would also take... I would also take, because she's quite interested in your figure, I think she would take intimidation.
Okay, we'll do intimidation.
Okay.
Oh, Fuck yeah. I got a 19 plus 4, so I got 23.
A dramatic success. She says, I can do that. The first bouncer, I've got a few secrets about him. And
Okay.
the second floor bouncer, I've got a few secrets about her. And she says that lasciviously. And so you gain a little insight into them, knowing exactly what amount to bribe the first with, and knowing exactly how to flatter the second. So basically, the party has made their way up. So take that first. So we have 1 success, 0 failures. Well done, Rachel. Good start. Who's our number 2?
Okay, so I have +6 to deception and persuasion, so I
Very
can pick
good.
like either of those.
What are you feeling? What are you feeling for this first one?
would.
Deception, perhaps?
I don't know. Wouldn't I have to like pretend to be somebody I'm not?
No, you
for
could even
deception,
say
or-
maybe there's trouble on a lower floor or something like that. That'd be cute.
Oh yeah, I like that one. I think
How
we'll
would
go
you
with that
how would you say that to the bouncer there? This gruff, leonine figure, their hair kind of tumbling down, orange around them.
first. What would be something that their like their species like is
There's milk spilled
against?
below. Yes, indeed. What would they be against? Dogs, werewolves.
Oh yeah, there's. I think there's a disturbance down near the bar. I heard. I heard the mention werewolves and milk.
The boss isn't going to like that. He has almost as much an aversion to those flea-sniffing fiends as I do. Meow. And he charges down the stairs on all fours, knocking several people aside, all to incredible laughter. That is... oh, I didn't make you do a check.
I rolled 17 and +6, so it would have been a 23. So
Thank
it was,
God, because if you failed, he would have been like, there was no werewolf. Who are you? So that is a success. We have 2 successes. Thank you, KT. Who is... sorry, wait, I suppose it has to be our Mad Hatter. Let's rock.
So I'm moving towards the back end of the business.
Oh,
Calm down, Leonora. I'm going to the where they've got all of the pulleys that move all of the beer and the tankards up and down the stairs. And
Yes,
there's
indeed.
a few security people around that situation.
Indeed.
And I walk up to one, and I pull off my hat in a bit of hello, and I rummage around. So I pre-rolled these 2. So it was the best of the 2, right?
Indeed.
So I rummage around, and I pull out a silver dagger. Oh, no, different one. Go back in, rummage around. I pull out a bag of 10 gold coins, and I go, for you. Spend it wisely and spend it quick.
What did you roll on your dice?
I got first I got a 7, and then I got a 3, and so I moved it around.
So they take it. For me? I don't know what to say. My horoscope was so positive earlier, but I never give credence to it. I could just... And you watch this, one of the other security members yanks them away. We don't let you sing anymore, Maggie. Oh, fuck. She strides away, holding the gold.
The Mad Hatter swings an arm around, pulls her over, and says, we can't listen to the critics. We must make our own song in these days.
Yes.
And then can he swing around and in through the doors of the back area while changing faces into her face?
Okay. As you close the door upon her singing, spreading the coins in a fantasia of gold. I'm one with the wind and sky. She's wheeling around as you come back in.
You have to sing it bad.
Yeah. Sorry, apologies.
It's bad.
I'm having a lot of fun. So as you head in, someone says, "Maggie, we need your help over here."
Okay, so I guess it's deception, right?
Oh, no, you can improvise. You've already succeeded the role. You can just make something up here, man.
Sorry, I lost my voice back then. What do you quite need help with? Have you not heard of the tale of the Whispering Willow?
Okay, you go on break right now. And you're able to head off. We're on 3 successes. So yeah.
Prance.
100%. You guys are crushing this. But we are now at the more difficult echelons of the difficulty class. Here we go, Leonora. Let's rock.
Okay. She summons all of her athletic ability. She was born for this. Okay.
Correct.
She just fucking ninja, skip, jump, hop past the next round of bouncers. That's what she's doing. She's like the fucking wind. Okay. That's it. They're looking one way. Like she just runs on by. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, thank God! It was almost a 1. Okay, so I got fucking +6. It's 17 + 6, so I got a 23.
23.
I'm rolling amazing.
Yeah, no, like this is the thing. The advantage is huge. Like Brian has been pretty instrumental here. So, Leonora, not only do you lift, but you know
just
that
like
that balcony that he looked over before, that the Mad Hatter looked over. There's several of these, and they're kind of tucked into kind of unobtrusive positions. At several points, one of the drunken, red-eyed sailor types who have come into Tegeste Libo just for a day of carousing with their friends looks over, and as a little bit of drool drips down, this person, bleary-eyed, sees several figures being thrown up to the next level, at which point a huge woman climbs up, locks eyes with him, nods, and goes up to the next level. The sailor, someone says, "You're right there," and he says, "Perfect." Falls unconscious. Leonora, that is the 4th success, and let's round it out. Katie, would you like to finish us out?
Yes. Okay. So first of all, I need to just reestablish, who are we here to see?
So you are here to potentially imprison or to kill the members of the Fable Coalition: Jonathan Croak, Gold Boy Goose, the Naked Emperor, and Goldilocks.
Okay. Do we know which one of those is the most feared?
Hard to know. It would have been the case that your father would know, but you've no way of being in touch with him right now.
Okay, so Etienne's going to go with persuasion, and she's going to kind of pull in herself and be kind of fearful, projecting oh my God, I have to get through. He sent for me, and if I don't get through now, we're all fucked. He's going to lose his temper. He's going to lose his shit, and you need to let me through. So that's what she's going with for her persuasion to the guard.
You can absolutely make a persuasion roll with that.
Yeah. 100%. Okay, cool. 18, 6, 24. Yes.
24 is good. Are you satisfied with it?
Oh, am I allowed to do another one?
As in, you could potentially, if anyone has inspiration to add, should they wish to, or perhaps it could work. Who knows?
Oh.
You have advantage. So try again.
I can try again.
Yeah, 2 rolls. The highest 2 rolls.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
26.
With that, the guard blanches, their complexion going milk white, and they quickly usher you, and who are these others? Oh, fuck it. Ushers you past. My friends, Silver, you would have been able to see this first through your perspective on the 6th floor. The decoration of this highest area within this tree-lanced tavern is magnificent. It's sumptuous in design. All of the woven silk has been made into a gorgeous, almost dress-like affair, as it hangs over the tables, the chairs, and the curtains. These beautiful leaf-like images, leaves blowing in the wind, leaves coming together in cornucopias of color, bursting orange, yellow, and red, almost a kind of a warlock's sacrificial flame on some eerie Samhain night. Beautiful and yet strange. You can see what looks like little lamps magically affixed and full of illusory fireflies. Their gentle tinking against the glass, that gentle tinking sound, mingling with the comfortable burring blaze of the fireplaces, of which there are many hulking feldstone affairs, these massive fireplaces, all sculpted in the shapes of dryads emerging from these, what looks like the feldstone itself, marked into arboreal tree-like shapes, dryads and satyrs and nymphs emerging from them, extending their hands and beckoning, saying, "Come, come to this exquisite place and be merry." The smells of alcohol are intoxicating. The champagne, the rich tequila, the gorgeous liqueurs, minty and sweet, and all of these different spices as well occurring to you in cinnamon and marigold, so vivid upon the senses, so much so that even through the stained glass, the small gaps made by the tree branches peeking through, these sensorial, the blast of it actually would affect Silver as well, despite the fact that he's outside in the pattering open air of Tegeste Lipo. What you can see is no huge group of patrons, rather a central table around which are gathered many different servers, and seated at it in gorgeous, uniquely fashioned to each of them seats, almost throne-like, with one empty throne which is done in the shape of a hideous wolf. You can see these other figures, one with golden hair, the other with a hideously swollen throat that seems to sag over his chest, another nude entirely, strumming a lute, as well as what looks like indeed a great deal of servers attending their every whim and wish. They have not noticed the group. Silver would spot that first. As the group makes their way up, they have not yet been noticed in the sheer amount of activity, the flurry of activity as their goblets are filled, as gorgeous roast boar is served with beads of oil dripping down the edges of the boar, and the suckling pig. At this point, my friends, by the way, so thank you so much for indulging my too long exposition there.
Oh no, not too long. That was fucking awesome.
You're
It
awesome.
set the mood.
Thank you for saying so. Here's the thing, my friends, as you come into this space, you completely have the element of surprise, so much so that you could speak together, and potentially all of you could, and this is based on your success, you can even see through the stained glass image, which shows the fabled coalition casting out the wicked witch, banishing her from the city and lording over their new domain. You can see the dim shape of a figure outside there. A figure who is wielding, presumably, Brian, an elongated firearm. But no one else can see him.
And
Talk
also
to me.
huffing like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, oh yes. Yeah, panting.
It's the excitement.
My friends. You can
Okay,
speak
so
together. Yeah, talk to me.
okay, so I have some spells that need to be used when nobody else is near them. So if I go before Rachel dives in, like that makes
Just
more
before
sense.
this, would I be able to just put out a hypothetical and see what we think? There's a bar up here. There's a lot of alcohol up here. I have firebolt. I think the best wake-up call would be an explosion. At which point, if we all stay very clear of it, and certain spells were to be activated immediately, when they're in a surprise state, who knows what could happen?
So
would the explosion scatter them?
we don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll probably fail. So, like, something will be thrown in front of the fireball, and I'll be like, "Oh, what are the chances?"
What I could do is I could go up to the bar and I could try and grab a cask of something from behind it and pretend to be a member of staff. And then as I'm passing, I drop it on the ground near them. It cracks open, hopefully. And while I'm going, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll go clean it up, da da da. But it's all over, it's under the table, it's all over everywhere. I back off and then you firebolt it. But I'm all like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to.
Your
Okay,
deception
so also
is
in the
atrocious.
hypothetical, am I? Yeah, good. In the hypothetical, so I have a new spell with level 7 called Everett's Black Tentacles, and it opens like a 20-foot square on the ground, and like the tentacles will grab the people in it to keep them in place,
Oh,
and they take bludgeoning damage.
do they have to
So the
succeed?
tentacles,
Like,
they
legendary
have
reactions.
to.
I don't think it's going to work because
And is
they're big bats.
And is that spell available at parties, Katie? Just asking separately.
You have your marbles.
They're ready.
It's a dexterity saving throw. Or
Is it a dexterity? Yeah.
Yeah, dexterity saving throw. 3d6 bludgeoning damage, and restraint until the spell ends. And if they start their turn, they're already restrained by the tentacles. So, yeah.
As the alcohol is negotiated, indeed, it seems to mimic this scene playing out before you. So, okay, and what is currently the plan then?
So if I restrained them at the same time as Silver casts his bomby thing, then they wouldn't be able to get away, and they would take like full damage because they would be restrained.
In theory, yes, the Ivar's Black Tentacles could be a potent option. But who knows how they will react to it.
Yes, so I
don't like how Jack said that, by the way. Who knows how they will react to it? Says to me it's not going to fucking work, but he's very amused that we will try. I don't like how he said that.
Hey, it'd be good.
No, I don't like it.
Any other last minute preparations?
I'd like to set up my turret.
Okay. The bottom part elongates, affixes to the branch beneath you, and you are locked in place for the moment, but with exceptional firepower.
You see, I feel like I would just be looking at my siblings, and that they probably have so many plans, and that they have so much adversity they've gone through. I've climbed a tree, and I think I should blow up this room.
Can I give a one contextual to this all?
Okay.
So the Mad Hatter got into the pulley elevator on floor 2 and cut the ballast rope on floor 2 and is currently flying through a tunnel up to the roof of the inside of the tavern, just going like, hey, how you doing? This is really, really fast.
Forget everything in terms of plans. The Mad Hatter, you're currently sailing up towards what looks like an open space. What do you do?
We're gonna have to do an acrobatics check. Actually, yeah, okay, acrobatics check on this for sure.
Okay,
because we want some flourish on this.
Sounds good. Make it an acrobatics check, please.
Sorry, I gotta pull up my roll.
That's
12.
perfect.
And then dexterity is 16 plus 2 racial.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so that is plus 4. That is 16 altogether. Excellent. Okay. As the counterweight flies by you, of which there are several, as you descend, smashing below you, all the way to the top, you all watch as swirling through the air like a kind of colorful human
1 second.
Mhm.
Just because at the same time,
Mhm.
I'm becoming the goose. So it is, I'm flying up and changing into the goose because I know what the goose looks like.
Okay.
And then I come out and just land.
Yes,
at the
I will
top.
tell you where you land.
Honk.
He lands in the midst, right on the table between the members of the Fable Coalition, and in the ensuing silence, lays a gold-painted egg, drops it out of his breeches. There is silence. At which point, what does the Mad Hatter say?
Oh no, it's just a series of screams.
You start screaming?
Yeah, well, I just dropped an egg out.
Okay, so the Mad Hatter lands on the table. All of the servants freeze. Jonathan Croak looks up. Goldilocks jerks to attention. The naked emperor stops strumming his lute. Into the silence of a cracking little egg that begins to ooze across the table, and the Mad Hatter just starts screaming. At this point,
I thought it was a golden egg.
it is
Oh.
Mad Hatter doesn't have golden eggs. He can't lay them, so I assume he just painted a little one gold.
Can I cast minor illusion?
Okay. What? Okay. Why?
Just for the egg.
For the egg.
Okay.
Would it scream over power a gunshot?
Maybe. Why?
There's been a rising amount of, the reason I said this was because there's a rising amount of noise of me accelerating through the elevator shaft against the wall and then being rocketed out into the middle of this entire delegation of friendly people and then just taking an egg on the fucking middle of the table in front of them and then screaming. Did
What do you
any
wanna
of
do?
that catch your interest?
What do you want to do, Brian?
Firebolt straight at the alcohol.
Okay.
Etienne's already saying fuck because now she literally can't do shit.
No, here's the thing. Okay, so a couple of things happen simultaneously, and it may affect what Etienne and Leonora, and indeed the Mad Hatter and Silver wish to do. Okay. The first thing is, over the Mad Hatters, in my head, very, very high-pitched screams punctuated by the occasional honk. The glass, a sound of glass shattering very nearby. A little rustle of flame. Some bottles explode. Brian, you will note with Firebolt that it can only catch fire in certain materials. In terms of, it's not like a fireball. So one of the bartenders looks around. A gin bottle has exploded and has indeed bloomed into flame. Not unmanageable, but yeah, on fire. You watch as Jonathan Croak slams his hands down upon the tabletop, rises up to his feet as the others, Goldilocks kicks underneath, grabbing what looks like an enormous curved bow of yew. You watch as in the corner, slumbering, 3 bear shapes begin to rise up. You watch as the naked emperor, don't know why. The word that immediately came to me was sits erect. And at this point, hopefully not, because everything's on show, begins to ominously pluck at his lute, sensing the potential for drama.
Is
Goodness
he
me.
standing at attention?
Well, indeed, thankfully, the table conceals his modesty. And Jonathan Croak says, "What's the meaning of this? Who are you? Oh, dressed up like our friend, except extremely skewed to the left. Who are you? Who are you? Identify yourself at once."
My vote is that we keep this guy alive because I love his voice. So, is it our turn again?
This is the thing. We're not even in initiative at the moment. You guys can speak freely to him. He's just spoken to the Mad Hatter.
Yeah, I'm not saying shit. Like, I want it to be like, this is one of those wild things because of the goose. Where did that fireball come from?
Leonora and Etienne, you can introduce yourselves to the conversation should you wish to, or when combat happens, you will have it. Well, if combat happens, indeed, who knows? You might maintain an element of surprise should you not, or you may wish to speak. Plenty to gain from that in this circumstance.
I would prefer to get. Do I get advantage if I still have the element of surprise?
Indeed, it will certainly affect the first roll of combat.
Yeah. I get
got
that.
you.
I would prefer to not put myself in the shitstorm that the Mad Hatter just created.
Here's the thing.
Stand.
Yeah, keep.
I will point out it is an egg storm.
Keep your finger on the pulse here. You guys may want to come in throughout it. Mad Hatter, what is your immediate response?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that there has been a number of operations around this place that I just cannot deal with. And, I need to go take care of some things. Just, will you give me a moment?
You watch as the Naked Emperor strums his lute once, raising an eyebrow, and your disguise sheds away like snow exposed to heat. It was a disguise the entire time.
Well,
I knew it! The Mad Hatter, says Jonathan Croak. You ragged rapscallion, and we'll be back here to spread your chaotic influence. I should grapple you and squeeze you. Goldilocks, way ahead of you, darling. She's got an arrow knocked towards you, and you watch as the bear standing up. Jonathan Croak says, give us one reason not to wring you out like a sweaty rag over the toadstools of our might. Well, sir, I will have your answer.
Anger and deprivation. Crown of madness. Tides of chaos.
Okay. What? You're casting Crown of Madness on who?
Whoever's closest, but I'm going to go with the one that's using the... No, it wouldn't be the one with arrows. Whoever's got the closest range stuff, because they're all in a group. The reason is that... Hello. The Mad Hatter has dropped the mask.
Okay.
The Mad Hatter... And so, like, when he leans in, it's literally like, there's no fun and games no more.
Oh, hi. Okay.
And so as it's peeling away, he goes, like, it's retribution time.
Got you. In other words, you wish to currently cut off at least some element of conversation, or perhaps make an entrance, depending on the effects of your. You could continue to speak to him if you wish, or this could just be a purely aggressive action. Let's see how the Crown of Madness works out. The closest person to you is Jonathan Croak, or you could target Goldilocks, who has an arrow very, very close to the nape of your neck. You got this. What you got?
Okay? This is gonna be an odd one. What's my perception of the situation around me?
It's bad.
Bad?
Hey, I got them extra perception.
Sorry. No. I meant in terms of the outlook. He's in the middle of them. It looks bad.
Yeah.
in terms of your ability, very good.
What's my understanding of the position of everyone else? Do I know their positions?
Oh, dude, I got you. You're looking for a kind of a quick flash image of what the room looks like. Okay, and I'll give you some distances here. 40 feet away are Leonora and Etienne at the lip of the stairs, at the crest of the stairs, currently positioning themselves beside a series of gorgeous coat racks enameled in the most beautiful designs. You've got they're currently hidden. The stained glass window on your actually directly behind you with Goldilocks, so directly behind you, bears it's broken, and silver is on the other side of that. The other figures around you are within 5 to 10 feet each, depending on their specific desires within their and they're all kind of standing up except for the naked emperor who's still hunched over his chair. The bears are 20 feet diagonal right to you. They're fucking huge, and aside from that, the servers you notice have melted away from this conversation in an attempt to keep themselves safe underneath the barrage of Jonathan Croak's tirade. Sufficient?
Very sufficient. Okay, I'm going to continue.
Okay, Crown of Madness. Okay.
We're going for the biggest, baddest, most close combat person.
You would know that to be Jonathan Croak. Here we go. Crown of Madness. So Crown of Madness requires a save. The save is, this is so problematic. A spectral crown appears on the charmed target's head. Okay, a wisdom saving throw. Here we go. He is not fantastically wise. Yes, indeed. That's pretty good. That is a 17 versus your spell save DC, my friend. What is your spell save DC?
How calculation?
I got you 8 plus your proficiency modifier plus your charisma modifier.
So I got my charisma is at 18 with a +2 racial bonus.
So that's +4, so that would be 12, and your proficiency modifier at this level is +3. That's 15. He beats your save, my friend. However, Tides of Chaos, roll a D100.
1 second.
Oh no, I can remember who this was.
21.
21. Okay. Do you have the? You tell me what number is that on our table?
No worries, I gotcha.
I'm scared. And Leonora, I assume you're with Etienne. You'd like to currently remain out of this particular conversation, or do you wish to be involved? Leo, Rachel.
Sorry.
I
I
wonder if you want to be involved in this, or wish to keep to the shadows.
No, I want to, if possible, creep up behind Goldilocks. Put my sword to her throat.
Holy shit!
Like if I can kind of, I don't know, do I have to roll to like grapple her so I can like hold her one, have the sword on the other?
You completely have surprise here. I think you could actually.
Could I just do that? And I want to tell the bears, kill fucking Ballsack McGee and Loot Boy, or the blonde gets it.
Interesting. Okay, so that's added to the conversation. Here we go. Let's see what the Tide of Chaos is, and then we're going to have some responses from the NPCs. Super cool, Leonora. Intimidating as hell. In fact, Leonora, roll intimidation.
Ooh. Do I have advantage, or is this regular?
You have advantage because you are holding a weapon to Goldilocks' throat.
18?
18's good. Okay. Chatfield, what is the result of your Tides of Chaos?
So creatures have a disadvantage on next saving throw. On saving throw, next spell you cast in the next minute that involves a saving throw.
That's incredible.
Now, actually, before this was what I wanted to ask was, are we still doing the top out of the 2?
No, you are currently out of the skill check.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So, Jonathan Croak, who is this? Oh, yeah. And you watch as the 3 bears bristle and begin to move forward. Goldilocks, and the bears stop. Goldilocks says, "You have no idea who you're fucking with, love." And Jonathan Croak says, "Don't antagonize her, Goldie. We'll get to the bottom of this. I recognize your face, young woman. You're one of the puppets, aren't you?"
You are 2 seconds away from having an entire fistful of marbles shoved up where the sun doesn't shine with no lube, or you can back the fuck off.
Bernard indicated that you would be rude, but he did not indicate that you were a pure Philistine. Tell me then, before this all occurs and you die, Ribbit, I wish to know what you all are up to. Why throw in your lot with the Forgotten Eighth? What have you to gain, puppet? And how did you break the control that Bernard has upon you? Gifted to him by Geppetto himself before he died.
So you'll have to ask Ghost Daddy that, sorry. And then I try and slit Goldie's throat.
We're in. Okay, cool. So a couple of things happen immediately. Silver, you absolutely have an ambush ability here. You can ambush and use any sort of attack you want with obvious advantage. You can even make it quite complex, being the artificer you are, if you want to make a few things happen at once. Etienne, I know you got a spell loaded. We can cast this here. And Rachel's obviously going to make an attack roll, and Chatfield, I think the Mad Hatter would have an opportunity to reposition should you wish to get off the table. So have a little think about that.
Sorry, can I fall back with Goldie to try and get out of the way, because I know Etienne is going to be loading something, or is that too much to also attack? That's probably too much.
I think you are currently I think you're currently in a grapple position.
Yeah, everybody's too close. I can't use any of my multi-target spells.
Totally
it's not going to work.
Okay.
Because I'll injure Lenora and the Hatter. So I'll just have to focus fire, which I would prefer to do focus firing who she's just about to injure. So we can just hopefully start to get one out of the way.
Sorry, apologies. Myself and the Mad Hatter are conspiring.
We're in.
So, at this point, Etienne, sorry, what spell are you casting?
Oh, Dissonant Whispers.
Exquisite, who are you targeting?
Well, I want, because Rachel just made an effort to slit Goldie's throat, right?
Certainly attacking her. Who knows if it'll kill her.
Okay, so then I would also focus Dissonant Whispers on her brain. Goldie's brain.
Nice, yeah, okay, sort of a targeted attack.
Yes,
Silver, talk to me.
So that it's like combined.
Chatfield,
we can't hear you, Michael. Stop muting yourself.
So I'd really love to just aim for the Temple of Goldilocks.
Wow, all in on Goldilocks. Wow.
However, I feel offended by the Naked Emperor's dick. And it's just swinging like a moving target.
Are you Brian?
I'm going to shoot his dick off.
Make an attack.
How does an ambush work?
Yes, no, it does. Indeed, in this case, a ambush, really targeting the meat. So, okay, you can make your attack roll with advantage, obviously. Rachel, by the way, you're making attack roll with advantage, because you're grappling. Etienne, I'm going to make my save.
4d6.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, roll your damage, just so you have it. But wait until I give you the thing. And okay. Chatfield, are you going to reposition or not?
Is repositioning including a magical move or just repositioning?
You can use a magical movement. I more meant if you wanted to get specifically away from Jonathan Croak, who is about to do some stuff.
I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Hypnotic Pattern is not a movement-based spell.
As I move, because what I want to do is distract and move at the same time.
You would be able to cast, I apologize, my friend, just in terms of the action economy here, it would be on your turn that you would cast Hypnotic Pattern. Is okay?
Fair.
You could use a minor illusion kind of thing. That I'd let that happen, but Hypnotic Pattern, as far as I'm aware, it's quite powerful. So I think just in terms of you deploying that, I think it would be a little too strong here at the beginning of the fight. Not that you couldn't cast it on your turn, you could. So you wanted to get near the bears and cast an illusion?
Can I cast a minor illusion right in front of Jack's face?
Jonathan Croak. Yes, you could. What is it on?
Just going to be a fire burst. But
a dazzle.
Yeah, because and then it's just like, I'm trying to affect stun, right?
Got you. Yes, I've got you.
So I can see, okay, he's going to do something, snap him, and then just whoop. just go to the other side so that Silver is behind. The gals are to the right. I'm to the left for all this fight.
Excellent. Okay. That works well. At this point,
Jack, I'm sorry.
yeah.
So you remember what we said about the turret?
Yes.
Do you remember the number you said that I need to crit?
Oh.
I got 2 more than that number.
Oh, but
On who?
On
The dick.
okay. So let's resolve this in order. Gosh darn it. Okay. Leonora, what did you get on your roll?
I got 16 to hit.
16 is going to miss.
Fuck.
That's your first attack. You've got 2 attacks.
Oh, sorry. I forget every fucking time. Hang on.
Sure, I got you.
Thank you for being very good.
Oh, good. Also, Katie, I failed my save on your Dissonant Whispers.
18.
18 just hits. You may roll damage
Thank
for that
God.
one.
13. I rolled damage in advance.
Nice. Okay.
20.
20 points. Exquisite. That's and by the way, Katie, she failed her save, so she takes all of that. And okay. So 2 things happen simultaneously. As Goldilocks says, "You," before she can even get it out, you actually slice into the meat of her throat, and as blood fills her mouth, and as she spits it out, you watch as for a moment the eyes roll back in her head as she spasms for a moment in your grip, Leonora, the head lolling backwards before she snaps to attention. As a little bit of blood trickles from the ears and the eyes, you can hear, even in this proximity, the sound of dull whispers. How loud must they be in her head for you to hear it? You can see Etienne over to your right has cast a spell, and at this point the bears roar. Jonathan Croak begins to swell and to bloat, and we are in combat. Okay, the Fable Coalition, enough members of the Fable Coalition are here that they are going to use Fable's Subversion. Usually, the party would get a first round of attacks against the enemy. Against the Fable Coalition in greater numbers or their more powerful members, they go first. So, however, I have forgotten a key event. As the sound of a shot rings out louder than any shrill scream, although it is the cause of a scream, there is a mild, very light, but discernible shredding sound, and then a wet, pulpy plop to the tavern floor. As the blood jets out of the fresh stump of his manhood, the naked emperor looks down, the discordant melody playing as his hands form a crooked, twisted chord upon the neck of his lute. He has been removed of his other instrument. Mein Fina! At this point, we are into combat. Brian, I want you to roll. Oh, sorry. How much damage did you do, by the way? Because I have to apply that. Oh, you're currently muted.
Sorry. 2d12s. And is that by 2 plus crit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then you add your dexterity. That's so much damage. No.
Yeah, okay.
How much is it?
Yeah, it was well, it's terrible. 6 plus 17, so 23.
23 points. Okay.
To the dick.
So, as we are in the first round, our enemies are going to go. So, the first thing that you would see, as Jonathan Croak expands, his body becomes humongous in size. Before you, a grotesque, toadish figure, a froghemoth. Its throat working crazily, different toadstools and warts accumulating across its body, and an awful swampy, noxious odor emanating from the slimy skin all over him. A drooping paunch of a belly sways back and forth, much like a certain severed instrument a moment ago. Jonathan Croak is massive, and his digits, as they sweep towards, I think what would happen first would be, yes, I think that he would grab the table, take this, you vagabond, and flings it directly, I think, at the Hatter. So against you, my friend. Let's see what he's got. Whoa. Okay, so I'm going to use that for his tentacle attacks. That is, oh shit. Against your AC, that is an 18, Hatter. Does that hit?
Why does he use tentacles? I thought we were getting past this. So I've got a 14 on the roll. AC.
Oh,
AC
sorry.
is based.
Oh no, AC is just a flat number. It should be on your character sheet.
I don't have it because I'm using a different system.
Totally fine, my friend. I got you. Are you? What's your dexterity modifier?
Dexterity is 16 plus 2.
So 18. So your AC. Just take a note that your armor class is 14. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent. So that will hit. You take 19 points of bludgeoning damage from the table. At which point, Jonathan Croak lumbers now that the table is no longer in the way, all of its contents spilled over. Leonora leans over towards you and tries to bite. It is a 16 versus your AC. Does that hit? You're muted. You're okay.
It just hits, yes.
Okay, my friend, you take 22 points of piercing damage.
Fuck, wait. Sorry, I put it in the chat. I meant to rage on my last, as my bonus action on my last turn.
I can deal with that. Yeah, I can deal
with
that.
Is that okay?
It is, Rachel. It is. Our first game in a long time. I got you. So you take 11 points instead of 22. However, my friend, you are a medium creature, and thus you are inhaled down Jonathan Croak's throat. You can feel yourself immersed in a damp, dank cave of his toadish throat. And at which point he gets to do this. His tongue slams out through the window towards Silver. And Silver, I need you to make a
Silver.
Strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Yes, no strength.
You got this, Brian.
No, I don't. 6.
Okay. You watch as he takes 3 points of damage as his tongue slashes itself over the broken stained glass, wraps around you and your currently held in position gun, and get in here, you wretch! Drags you in 20 feet.
Wait, sorry, can I use shield as a reaction?
Oh, no, it's a strength saving throw. It's not AC.
Oh.
However,
I'm going to ask a question just because I know this is a little different. It's because he's got a literal piton in the ground.
Should he gain advantage on the check? Fine by me.
Just because, like, he's literally grounded, right?
Yeah.
It's well argued, Mr. Chatfield. It's well argued. Yeah, you
sorry. Yeah.
No, not at all. And by the way, guys, for your excellent role play earlier, and just so you have a little something for this fight, which is going to be deadly, all of you take a D12 inspiration dice. Thank you for playing your characters so very richly. You're magnificent. Brian, how'd you do it?
Okay, I just wanted to also say though, that he has 3 companions with him. He has the dragon, he has my rat, and he has his mechanical squirrel.
Yes.
Which I don't know about you, but I almost feel like the dragon, Jasper, right?
Yeah.
Would be inclined to try and sever that tongue that is attempting to.
Yes, I'm not sure that they would, light as they are, have much of an effect against the frog hemoth's pull. However,
but doesn't the dragon have dragon fire?
Alas, not its turn. Not its turn. Brian can activate it on his turn. But it is a good thought, Katie. and you're trying to
So-
help your brother, which is fair. Brian, talk to me.
I got a 6 again. So I believe I'm in that room now.
Okay, my friend, you also, as you are shredded by the stained glass, take but a single point of piercing damage. But you are now in the room, prone, and your gun is at a very awkward angle now, and will need to be repositioned should you wish to do so. Jonathan Croak says, "Oh, you puppet, working on the whim of a dead master, so foolish." And
Our
he said,
dad isn't dead.
"Oh, yes, he is. Bernard Wolf slew him long ago." And you see Goldilocks say, "Cooked him like a little." And you watch as she was about to say next is choked off by Leonora's axe as the three bears charge Leonora. Leonora, against your armor class.
I thought I was inside the toad dude.
Yeah, she's
That's a
inside
really
the toad
good
dude.
point.
But wouldn't
technically,
Goldilocks then also
He was
be
grappling.
inside?
You were grappling, Leonora. He does not swallow you.
Okay.
You are merely. He's currently biting onto you.
So
No, you're
he spits, not swallows. Okay, noted.
despicable.
There were so many things
Indeed,
in the last 2 sentences that I don't know if anyone else caught. I just literally was like, don't react. Don't react.
Yeah. Rachel, against your AC, that is a my lowest roll there is so I get a 14, a 17, and an 18. Do any of those hit?
2 of them does. 14 is the only one that doesn't.
Okay, so you, instead of taking 12 piercing damage, you take 6 twice, so you take 12 points altogether.
Okay. Oh. Let me adjust.
So at this point, as the bears savage into you, oh yeah, Goldilocks is going to use her action to try and break the grapple. So it's a contested check. She's going to use athletics. You can use athletics or acrobatics, Rachel.
I would like to use acrobatics.
She rolls a 19. She is quite acrobatic. Let's see.
And do I roll against it?
Indeed, you do.
Okay, I got a 15, but can I use my D12?
Should you wish to.
I do. I want to hold on to her.
Interesting.
May I also posit that for the next
Dirty
minute-
20.
Successful. Michael, can you give me 2 seconds here just while I describe this boy?
Also, sorry, I have
advantage.
advantage because no, that's Dex, not Strength. Sorry.
You're good. I got you. So as Goldilocks thrashes, "Get off me! Get off!" You, Leonora, your muscle tenses as these bears are savaging you, as this frog is biting you with its swampy teeth. Leonora holds on. her muscles straining against her clothes, and it's just fabulous. At this point, okay, so we have had Jonathan Croak, we've had Goldilocks, Naked Emperor. The Naked Emperor is going to use Bardic Inspiration on oh no, he's going to use Bardic Inspiration on Jonathan Croak first, and then he's going to use let me see here. Oh, Leonora, can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh God, help us. I can't. Oh God. 8.
Oh, goodness gracious! I have been most grievously wounded. User, the big one, release my friend, meine Freunde, und then get as far away from us as possible. You are under the effects of a charm.
Fucker.
So on your turn, if you can do so, you must obey, unless your friends can do anything against the charm. At this point, it is so it's Jonathan Croak, Goldilocks, the bears. Gold Boy Goose, nothing to be seen. However, a blade strikes from the dark, and materializing around it in a nearby pillar, one of the nearby branches from the enormous tree, comes a masked figure, her skirt of Queen of Hearts cards flowing around her, the knights jousting as shoulder pauldrons, and as a strange calliope music begins to fill this floor, drowning out and discordant with the feeble strummings of the Naked Emperor. Alice, the Blade of Wonderland, enters the fray. Something happens immediately that all of you would see. There's something to the Mad Hatter and Alice, a kind of swirling effect that moves between them, almost like what looks like strange cycloning umbilical cords of light and energy. Tethers between their bellies and their brains. That energy
Well, that's not
fluctuates.
disturbing.
Yeah, it fluctuates madly. Michael Chatfield, Mad Hatter, could you flip a coin for me?
50-50.
It's 50-50.
1 out of 2. I got 1.
Okay, so we'll treat 1 as tails and 2 as heads. And you got a 1. Okay. You watch as Alice advances. Her body flows to a stop, and this wordless figure from before touches her mask, looks up into the Mad Hatter's face. Daddy? Daddy? And the Mad Hatter transforms into a dragon-like Jabberwocky. His body contorts and transmogrifies. It is the strangest creature you have possibly seen on your adventure. Imagine a green dragon, my friends, that takes up a great deal of this entire floor. Huge in dimensions, as larger than the Froghemoth. Its body, jade and emerald and swampy green, all these greens mingling together. Huge, grotesque claws and talons, a whipping tail. But instead of a dragon's face, imagine a really long, stretched neck ending in a hairy, bearded, almost human-like face with white, bulging eyes and what looks like a kind of equine horse mouth, bared buck-toothedly and bockety grinning, in a kind of a hideous amalgamation of a grin and a scream. Okay, for the last moment of the villain turn, Michael, your choice as the Jabberwocky. Would you like to? First of all, who would you like to attack out of our heroes? You can choose so randomly should you wish to roll a d6.
I so knew you were going to last this up.
But here's the thing: who knows how it might go on the recoin flip? Who would you like to target? You can roll a d6 and assign numbers to our friends should you wish.
I will do so. 1 second. I'm very sorry. The neck is so long.
It's so long.
Lenore,
okay,
you're in range.
You've got some fucking neck doing that. I can tell you that.
As this
neck a lot of tea.
As this creature gazes at you, Leonora, the Jabberwock, in its hideous capacity, is attempting to emit its fiery gaze and fill you full of insane flames. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to look away quickly. Michael, I need you to roll 7d8.
I should have fucking saved my d12. Fuck's sake. I'm doing a dexterity saving throw, yeah?
Correct.
Do I have advantage? Can I reroll? Is there anything I can do?
As a barbarian, remember you said this before, you do have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Oh, I do. Come on. Oh, thanks, sweet baby Jesus H. Christ on a bike, dirty 20. The first one was a 4.
20 is, in this case, sufficient. Michael, what did you roll on those 7d8? Oh, God, he's still rolling. Oh, God.
Stop rolling, Michael.
So we've got an 8, a 7.
Just give me the finish number so we can hammer through it.
I said nothing.
Sorry, I have been tongued by a giant toad.
Correct.
Ordered about by a dickless German. Attacked by 3 bears. Now, bitten by a fucking Jabberwocky.
It's bad.
I'm not saying
It's
he
a
has
lot of venomous
favorites,
disease, honestly.
but he has the least favorites.
What you got? What you got?
Michael.
35.
35 halved is 17 points of fire damage.
Swear to fucking Jesus.
Did it work yet, Rachel?
At this
I'm
point,
on half health, guys.
at this point, my friends, it passes away from the enemy's turn to yours. Alice seems to be on your side and can be deployed however you wish. Also, the rebels of the Forgotten Eighth join the fray as well, helping you in this. You can use 2 actions with them, an attack or a heal. Their healing is not unlimited, but it can be extremely useful to one character or many.
Heal.
So it's just go ahead and vote in our private chat which one you would like. Everyone has a vote, including Chatfield, since you are technically still an ally. So you have a vote in that regard.
No, you're all gonna fucking vote for heal. That's what you're all fucking gonna do, okay?
Okay. So is Brian like pondering it? Okay. Etienne, what are you thinking?
Well,
Don't overthink it. Yep, cool. Okay, so that's an attack, unless I'm interpreting that wrongly. Yeah, that's an attack. Okay, so
I fucking remember that.
well,
last.
I said either or. I said
Uh-huh,
heal
uh-huh.
or
No, I'll
attack.
fucking remember that the next time one of you gets like
No, but
shot by a
we've got
dickless German.
We've got 1 for heal, 1 for attack, 1
What
for,
ridiculous.
and 2 of us going. It's a toss up.
By the way, if you
So
say
you
toss up,
should
I will
vote for
assume
It's a
it.
sauerkraut, that's what it is.
Okay,
Sorry.
so at this point, all of you are basically going to roll a certain amount of damage against all of the enemies here. So if you can all roll 1d10 each. Simultaneously, Alice, afflicted as she is by this energy, is going to grasp her masked head. Oh, Daddy, what's happening? I can't see you like this. I feel so untethered, and I feel so loose and dizzy. I wish I had something to ground me, something of you. If I had something of you, maybe I could feel better. At
I
this
could
point,
cut off his foot for you at this point. Copy.
think back to the adventure.
She's sounding a little bit too like Lenora for my likes.
At this point, my friends, it is everyone's go. So you jump in. The heroes can go in any order, and let's go through this. So who's
I go
going
for
first?
Etienne.
Oh, what?
Oh, Chatfield, you're part of the villain turn. Don't worry. But you will. Should you win the coin toss next time, you will go again as
What
a
does
good.
my teapot do?
Give it to Alice. She needs something to remind her of her dad.
Oh, you think?
Do we have
I think
anything
I
else
should-
for him? I've got marbles. I'll fucking toss those at her happily.
No, they're his. He lost them. He needs them back at some stage. But okay.
So who's going first?
Should we let her inhale the smoke?
Oh, okay, Brian. So Silver, you wish to go first. Okay, what do you got?
Am I saying we need to hear him? We can't hear him.
Okay, I'll mute. Okay. Sorry, Chatfield's in charge.
True.
So I would like to. So I'm prone. Do I have to use something to get up?
Half of your movement score.
Half of one. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I use half my movement score. Can I then use my bonus action on Misty Step? Go back out the window.
Yes, you can.
And
You watch
then I'd like to
as
use-
Silver vanishes.
And then I'd like to use my action without having set up the turret. I'd just like to aim at Goldilocks' head.
Wow. Take your attack roll.
second.
Here we go.
Oh, where are you going?
The great blasting sound rings out.
15 plus 4, 19.
19 hits. Roll damage.
And then. Oh, fuck you. 6.
Plus your
3
dexterity.
plus 2 plus 1. No, it's 3 plus 2 plus 1.
Fuck. At this point, as the shot glances across the side of her head, you watch as you do strike an artery, and there is a spray of blood, a hideous jet of blood, but she is still very much up and still extremely annoyed at her current predicament. Does that end your turn?
That was bonus half movement. Actually, because I'm outside the window,
Yeah.
I'll just move.
Wait, no,
to the side.
didn't you get pulled through the window? That's why you have bleeding damage?
He missed
I
his steps.
step back.
Oh, God. Sorry.
So
Just
I would like to go up against the wall.
In cover.
So that, yeah, in cover.
Clever. Yeah,
Are
definitely.
you like behind a bar? Like,
kind of outside the
No.
window towards the wall, and kind of in cover, gaining I think a +3 to your AC, Brian. I think we'll settle at a +3 there. Who's next? I think it might be. I think it probably is. Okay, Etienne. Okay, great.
I want to finish Goldilocks off, so I'm going
You
to
can
amp
try.
up Dissonant Whispers
Oh.
to a different spell level
Oh, jeez.
and roll 66.
Problem. Now she does roll very well, so she will take half damage, but she will still take that.
31.
She will take 15 points. That's a hell of a strike. Goldilocks is definitely looking bloodied. She is writhing and screaming and choking upon the blood from her torn throat. The bears are going ballistic in response. Etienne, does that end your turn? Do you wish to move farther away, move closer? You're about 40 feet.
Is there anything you can do?
Oh,
I'm
I'm
about
moving
to
as
walk away. I'm about to
far
walk
away.
away from Goldilocks because I got charmed. Is there anything you can do to stop me from doing that? I'm about to let her go, and if I let her go, the bears are going to attack.
True.
I don't think I've got anything that can like wipe that. The only thing I would have had would have been calm emotions, and that wouldn't have broken through a charm.
That is true. No, you're right. You're right.
But I do want to move back as so I can be as far away.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get about 50 feet from them. Brian, you were popping the hand up. I see. Everything
Yeah.
okay? Oh, blast! Yeah. The mute.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
brilliant.
I was just going to say, like, because Kitty has the teapot, like, if there's any way to use that
Oh,
to
yeah.
like
Should I,
the steam of it.
Should I like drag that across? Should I like drag it in like the smoke as I move like away from?
You could do so. You could use it as a kind of a bonus action. That would be perfect if you wish to.
To like drag it across like under Alice's nose as I move. Because I've got like 45 feet of movement, right?
Yes, you guys have a lot of movement. Yes, because of Brian's earlier antics. As you waft it underneath, you watch as the gargoylic face of the mask reveals itself as her hand comes down a little. Who are you? She asks. Who are you?
I'm Etienne, a sort of friend of your dad. In a very calm voice.
That
And
makes you
persuasive because I've got lots of charisma.
It makes you a friend of mine. And at this point, I assume, Leonora, you've got some stuff to do.
Okay, so I have to drop Alice now.
As you release her, she actively is going to sacrifice her reaction and any sort of attack she might get against you. Leonora, she spits in your face. And she says, the Fable Coalition, don't fuck around. You've put your foot in it.
Can I attack her?
You have to move away.
I have to move away. So, but can I choose which direction I move in?
Oh, the Naked Emperor did not specify.
He
Clever
did not. He
Rachel.
just said move
Clever
away.
Rachel. Blast. Yes, you can. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. In that case, I want to do two things. The first
Yeah.
one is I want to move towards Heiner Wienerless, and then
Okay.
I'm going to go there first.
Okay,
My
the bears
bonus
get attacks of opportunity.
Oh, fuck. Okay, fine.
They roll like shit. Your AC is 16.
Yeah, 16.
My highest is a 12. So you're going up to the Naked Emperor or to Jonathan Croak?
Naked Emperor, because I think he'll be easier to kill. As I'm doing that, I have my marbles, and I'm just like, Jonathan, you're lucky, and I just like throw them at Alice, and I'm like, I don't know how helpful this is, but I just throw them at Alice, and I'm like your dad's best friend. We're like blood brothers, okay? We're like this, okay? We're besties. My name is Leonora. I got you.
Then you are also a friend of... Oh, shit. And she falls on the marbles, slams her head against one of the outstretched branches and takes a point of bludgeoning damage.
That's all right.
And then what do you do with your action?
With my action, okay, I'm going to attack the absolute living shit out of this man. Hang on.
Go ahead.
Natural 20.
And you can roll your second attack. We might as well.
I will. 19.
Okay, 19 would hit. He is going to use his cutting words to bring it down to a 15, which still goddamn hits. So he goes like this. So you strike him hideously. By the way, roll all of the damage. This the crit, because you're a barbarian. Remember to do your brutal critical, which I think you have. That should be an additional damage dice. Like there's going to be a lot of damage here, and remember to double the.
I also have at this level I have something called Elemental Cleaver. So I add 1d6 of an elemental damage of my choice, which I'm choosing acid. And then I have my +2 because I am raging. And then I do have, I have to double check what the dice is for the brutal critical as a barbarian.
Okay. Sorry. What the brutal critical is the same as your weapon damage dice. It's just an additional one of those.
Okay.
So as that's happening, as he uses cutting words, you strike him once, hideously in the torso. He recoils, and then he attempts to cast cutting words. He strums a gorgeous chord and says, "Your entire family have small hands, tiny hands." Oh God! As you strike him a second time.
That is
they're not small at all. They're big. Oh no! As you slice so deeply into his body. Oh, meine Liebling.
Oh my God! Amazing.
Unseen from the nave to the other bits.
Okay. 5 + 2 plus.
First my Vina, and now my dignity.
That's another damage dice. That's another d12. Sorry, holy shit. This is just taking me a second.
Truly, I did not wake up on the bed thinking that this would happen.
I do 32 points of damage with one attack.
What's this? Okay, you can roll the second.
I'll do the second. Oh, that one was shit. +4. Hang on.
Horrendous.
Yeah, I only did 4 points, but I just have to add my elemental damage. Sorry.
You're good. There's a lot of rolls here. You're good.
2. Okay. I do 37 points of damage.
Rachel, just to check, as a barbarian, did you add your strength modifier to both of those rolls? You're awesome. Okay.
Yes.
37 is astonishing. Okay. My insides, he squeals, they are quickly becoming my outsides. As the smell of blood and as the with each pump of his heart, more blood is squirting out of the stump of his penis.
Can I yell? Say my family has big hands.
Oh, they have such mighty mitts, such powerful paws, such dynamic digits. Jonathan said, "Stiff upper lip, old boy. We can take them." No, 9 at this point. Okay, so Leonora, does that end your turn? I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay. It is. So it would be the Mad Hatter, but he's going to actually. Do you know what we'll do? We're kind of be clever about it. Michael, can you flip a coin at the start of the enemy turn?
One.
You stay the Jabberwocky. That is such a problem at this point. However, the attacks have been dealt out. What did you all get on your D10s, by the way? Sorry, I didn't keep track of that. The damage that's dealt to each of these figures. 3, 1 for 4. Etienne, hold up these fingies. 8. So that's 12. And Chatfield, you can roll as well. And what did you get on your D10?
He got a 7.
He got down 7.
It was
damage.
7-3-1-8.
That's exceptional. I'm going to deal that damage to all of our enemies. The Naked Emperor, guys, is looking very bad off as the Forgotten Eighth swarms up. Now, of the dwarf himself, you see no sign. He is collaborating things from his hideout. He is the strategic planner. However, these are his agents. Indeed, the Forgotten Eighth is with Geppetto back at the temple at headquarters. These are his agents, and screaming aloud his name, the Forgotten Eighth! They all charge up, slamming their makeshift weapons of all sorts and sizes and into the flesh of your enemies, even as causing the bears to retreat several steps, mewling and growling their hatred and fear. Y'all, a hell of a start to this combat. Okay. At this point, my friends, actually, just for the hell of it, Chatfield, as you are this creature of chaos, and as Alice is currently present, I think we've got a lot of. Could you just go ahead and roll me 3 of those D100 rolls to see 3 random effects?
The other thing is, if I'm the beast,
yes,
attacked, and they think that I'm the Mad Hatter, who has been transformed, whoever attacks me is the target of the attack.
That makes good sense, and I think, good point. I don't think you can necessarily distinguish friend from foe in this chaotic state.
100%, no. But it's whoever attacks is the next one to attack.
I've got you. I almost think, in your aggressive state, I think you could, at this point, choose to attack what would be a natural enemy to you, which is the Froghemoth, which is Jonathan Croak. I think some part of you would recognize his, and if you wish to use your fiery gaze upon him, you could do that. I'm up for that. However, it might be, we'll see what happens when you roll these 3 D100s. And in the meantime, I'm going to be doing some rolls of my own. Okay, so first things first, Jonathan Croak himself is going to use 2. You watch as his digits thin into tentacles once more and strike out. I think that the range on these is not terrific, so I'm going to actually have to go for the Jabberwocky. So 2 of these. Okay. The way, Michael, use your current stats for your health and AC of the Jabberwocky. So that is an 18 and a 13 versus your armor class, both of which will hit. However, your Jabberwock form is going to dull that damage, I believe. Yeah, it has resistance to bludgeoning damage. So instead of 38 points of damage, you instead take 19. Next, the Froghemoth is going to use its bite attack on...
Jack, sorry, hang on. You got real fucking crackly there for a second.
Oh, okay. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. It just went out and came back in.
Oh yes, it could be a little internet thing on my end. Apologies, guys. So
it's doing like a static right there.
Static, yeah.
Oh, still?
Yeah.
I think it might be if your phone is nearby getting messages, that could be interfering with your interface.
Okay, got you. Let me, and as well, I can try, and if it persists, give me kind of a thumbs down if it persists. Thumbs
perfectly
up.
Good.
Okay,
perfectly good right now.
Good right now.
Anytime that comes back, give me a thumbs down, and I can leave or come back, or I can plug out of my current mic. I want to make sure you guys can hear everything. Okay, so my friends. Also, Michael, if you're trying to get in touch with me, comment on if possible in this private chat, because I've turned off my phone. At this point, my friends, so you've taken 19 points of bludgeoning damage, Mad Hatter, from Jonathan Croak's tentacles, and furthermore, yes, we have the bite attack. Leonora, I think this is coming directly for you. Jonathan Croak is going to try to defend the Naked Emperor. That is a 26 versus AC.
Yeah, that hits a little bit.
Okay. You are going to take 22 piercing damage reduced to 11.
If I was not raging, I would be dead as shit.
This time you are swallowed, so you are ingested into his throat.
Nom nom nom.
Usually I like getting eaten, but not in this way.
And last but not least, he is going to use his tongue to try and bring Etienne much closer into the fray. Etienne, can you make a strength saving throw, please? Meanwhile, Alice is
19.
that is a success. Do not do anything. Alice is going to use her deadly sharpshooter ability. She is going to she's going to fire. How many times does she get? Oh,
Sorry, I told her well.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. This is Goldilocks. Apologies. Sorry, the Alice will go.
Told her like shit, but anyway, you know.
Yes, indeed.
Fire compensation.
Indeed. Goldilocks is going to fire 3 times, twice at Etienne, 1 at the Mad Hatter. Etienne, that is versus your armor class. That is a 21 and a 16. Do those hit?
Of course, I've got like 13 armor class. I'm in a fucking robe.
Oh no! As the arrows strike home, you take 30 points of piercing damage.
Well, I'm barely still alive.
Also, I need you, if possible, to just roll a d6 for me, and pick odds or evens before
5.
you roll. Oh, okay. And pick odds or evens and then re-roll.
Okay. Evens? 5. Well, I fucked up.
No, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. So she says, as she fires, she says, "You're not too big. You're not just right. You're too small." You watch as Etienne is affected by the reduce spell. She is shrunken to half her normal size. And melee
It's already
attacks.
fucking short.
Indeed, a mere 2 foot tall now, boasting Ewok-like dimensions, as the 2 arrows stick enormously out of your poor miniaturized chest. Jabberwocky, against your AC, that is a mere 11. That is going to miss as the arrow sails up towards the rafters. At this point, so that's 2 of them. Next, we have the bears. The bears are going to, they will. Goldilocks. I think the bears are occupied with the Forgotten Eighth. I think that they are biting and clawing and tearing and rending their way through the ranks of the Forgotten Eighth. But they are currently occupied. And last but not least, we have
also, so the bears, I teleported behind the bears and then turned into Jabberwocky. So I'm with 8th now, and it's me as well as a demented dragon.
Okay, so just positioning wise, oh yeah, that's fine. That works for me. That works perfectly. Yes, I know what you mean. Yes, okay, so you're kind of in that fray. Oh yeah, I've got you. So they're kind of working on you as well. Okay.
Just because if they miss an attack and it hits me, just in case. Yep.
Leonora, in front of you, the Naked Emperor says, "Poof!" And at this point,
I thought I was swallowed.
I keep forgetting that you're in the frog.
I'm in the frog. I wish I wasn't, but I am in the frog.
He was just going to actually Misty step away from you. He does not need to, thankfully. So he is going to, I think he's going to, at this point, where are my D4s? So little spell called Magic Missile automatically hits. He's going to cast it at 3rd level. Silver, you take 22 points of force damage as the magic missiles come out. "You brute! You do not even have the courage to be a part of the fight. I feel like I'm going to pieces." And he looks down at his severed penis and goes, "I'm literally going to pieces." Do you have any response, by the way, Silver, to when he does this? It really hurts. Like, it almost knocks you off the branch, the sheer force.
Would shield have stopped that?
Oh my god, do you have shield?
Yeah.
Do you cast it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So there's the
No, I'm sorry. This is really bad.
Do it.
I'd more than likely just pan into view with the shield up, being like, ooh, missing head.
Oh, was
Roll vicious mockery.
That's 1d4, isn't it?
Yeah.
3.
Okay, he takes 3 points of psychic damage. I should have gone into accountancy as my father advised. At this point, and not pursued music. Sometimes don't follow your dreams, kids. Don't follow them. At this point, that ends. Yeah, that ends the villain's turn. It is currently back with the heroes. Choose whether you'd like the Forgotten Eighth to heal or to attack. In the private chat, and Alice is currently on the Alice is currently on the floor, and we are going to now. Michael. Just as we get to this Alice moment, what is the 3 D100 rolls and the results of those?
Okay, so the first was 76.
Okay.
Which was I immediately everyone. Okay, so I do a blind within 30 feet.
What do you mean blind?
Like it's a flash of light. And anyone that can't get out of 5 feet in my range is blinded. Unless otherwise covered.
That's the bears.
I'm in a frog, so I'm
You're in a frog, so your frog mount is blinded.
Okay.
I don't know if you're mounting it, but you're in it. Anyway.
Well, within 5 feet, right?
with the flogging, huh?
That's just the bears and some members of the Forgotten Eighth.
But if they can escape it, so they have to have movement to get outside. So it wastes their movement.
Interesting. Yes, they can do that. The bears in proximity to you, I don't think can. Everyone else can, I think. What's the second roll?
So
we just have some blind bears.
It's a very dickhead move.
Do it.
I can't drink for 5 times D6.
You can't drink. Fuck.
Yeah.
You have potions that affect your rolls. Okay, fine. What's the third one?
A 60-foot teleport.
Of what?
Of myself or anyone else.
Teleport?
Yes.
Cool. Interesting.
We're on the 6th floor.
Okay. But they're taken with you, and and you can choose where they go. Okay, Michael.
No, it's random. It's gonna be chaos tides, right? So we'll do
it's
a random.
Random.
Yeah, because chaos, right?
Where are you? And do you teleport as well?
It is dependent on acceptance.
on the roll itself. Okay.
Oh, and go the person to be teleported.
It was just literally like you teleport, and the other person can choose if they want to go with you. But it's 60 feet
60
in total. If someone else comes with you, it shortens the distance.
I've got you. So in other words, it has to be a choice. That's interesting. Okay. Let's say for a moment, transforming back into your normal form, you can say something to your friends to have them teleport to a particular location with you within this space or wherever. You could even say something to your daughter. What do you say in this moment? Before the teleport activates.
How long do I have?
Oh, you would like to have a bit of a think about it?
No, like how long do I have before the teleport happens?
A sentence. This is fucking great. I love sorcerers.
Help or no help?
Get me
all
out
three
the
of
fucking
them.
frog.
Help.
Get me out of the fucking frog.
Okay, got you.
All good. All good.
Alice.
So like I just said help or no help, and it is literally help or no help. From every all the characters.
Alice says, "Help, Dad."
Etienne?
Do I need to use the teapot?
No help or no help?
Help for Alice?
No, like, that's the question. It is help or no help.
That's really hard.
What you got, KT? What you got? You got to pick.
I like helping.
You're saying I'm helping?
I missed it. I didn't understand it. I was looking at one of my spells.
Help or no help? That is the only question I have time for.
I think
that's all the
KT was
context
saying,
you get. The word help or no help.
I think she said help, right? I think KT.
Yeah, I
went
said
with
help.
I got you. All right. Brian,
Silver?
what does Silver
No.
do?
Down?
No help.
Cap.
Okay. What happens? I'm so scared and excited.
So I hear this.
Have I been healed yet?
So
You will be.
it's 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
So instead of me giving them fully, like each of them, we're going to divide it in 2. So each of them have 10 feet of extra movement on the next move.
Oh, a kind of a quick transmission teleport. Clever. Okay, that's interesting. I like that.
Yes. So they
okay,
get 10 feet to start, and then they can do their 15 or whichever we had before.
Exquisite.
Right.
That works well.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, my friends, let's get back into our round. We are with the heroes again. I think our first person to go was who was that last
Did we
time?
get healed? I need to know if we got healed.
Yes, you each heal 4. The Forgotten Eighth applies quick medical care, healing you each for 9 points.
Sorry.
Yay! No, but they're not clerics, but they're helping as best they can. Rachel
They
is so
fucking
disappointed.
suck.
Wow, there that is.
I'm so dead at the next attack.
Sorry, you take that back. Do you know how hard it is being the only healer on our team? Yeah, you don't get to talk like that.
No, I wouldn't fucking know you haven't healed anyone.
Oh, I'm outside holding healing hand up to myself, being like, just a minute, it's going to be my turn soon.
I think our first person in the initiative last round was
Brian.
As far as I'm aware, it was Silver. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's rock.
So I think it's time for me to set up my turret again. And will that use my bonus action or a turn?
It uses a bonus action.
Bonus action. So I'm in front of it again. I've set up my turret. I'm ready to go. And then what I would like to do is my sister still in a frog?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. And is his tongue inside or out?
Hideously and grotesquely, it hangs out like an enormous pink slug.
Well, I do like to blow the shit out of appendages. So I would like to aim for his tongue.
Okay. Absolutely make your attack roll.
Give me a second. So let's see. And I have a D12, right? To add to my attack roll.
Should you wish to.
Yeah.
Oh, exciting.
26 to hit.
I mean, it's got that hits. You can roll your damage.
Yeah. Now, it had to be a nat on the 18 to get the crit, right?
Correctamundo.
Okay.
That sounded much less army sergeant in my head. Correctamundo.
That is 13 damage.
Yeah. He takes every single bit of that. And at this point, by the way, is not looking fantastic. All of them have taken a great deal of damage. You guys are really progressing in this fight, although you've taken grievous wounds yourself. Does that end your turn, my friend?
I've already used bonus action. I've used my attack.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I'd more than likely like to do is make eye contact with the Naked Emperor as I cock the gun aggressively. Just to let him know there's another bullet in the chamber.
Okay.
Cock, yeah. I said cock. Cock.
Oh my God.
You wouldn't know what that is anymore.
Oh, monstrous. Next up, I believe, was Etienne.
Okay, so
my
I'm
God,
going
Brian.
to engage my movement and move toward. Okay, so because I got to her with the teapot, and then I went back toward the wall because I moved away.
Yes.
So I'm going to dart in and do that while I'm casting my spell
Okay.
to give her a little bit more of the steam.
A little bit more
I'm
steam.
Yeah, a little bit more of the steam. So I'm gonna like move in, cast the spell on Goldie fucking bitch, and then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get back to where I was.
What spell are you casting on Goldilocks?
Dissonant Whispers is the only thing I can do that's like single fucking target. Except I'm using a third slot spell, so I'm using 5 die.
Yes.
And so I
she
get
rolls very, very badly. You will do full
26.
damage. Excellent, thank you. She's looking horrendous. Goldilocks,
How many fucking hit points does this bitch have?
she vomits a great deal of blood.
And black, and we want some, some brain cells like
oh yeah, kind of
out of her ears and
that's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah, that's good.
That's gorgeous. And
it's like starting to fry her brain, so it's got to be like sluggish and.
That is exactly right. And as she is completely bamboozled by your magic and in a state of almost hallucinatory pain, she looks down at the blood, reaches a hand up as almost a kind of a wave to say hello to you, and says, "That doesn't look like porridge." At this point, it is Etienne. That was a hell of a lot of damage and fabulously done, by the way. Does that end your turn? I think you're muted, my darling. Muted beyond belief.
I gave Alice some good smoke. I've moved back now.
Good smoke.
Fucking, yeah.
Exceptional. It is now Leonora. Leonora!
Jenkins! Sorry.
Yes.
I would like to become a blender.
Incredible.
I want to start spinning inside the frog as much as humanly possible.
Okay. Leonora.
Yeah.
Wouldn't she also have her like axe?
Oh yeah.
Or weapon?
As she is moving towards her father, you could see from where you're kind of able to glimpse through the enormous cavernous mouth of Jonathan Croak, you can see Alice moving towards her father. As she does so, something is happening to her. There are paroxysm shakes moving through her body. But as she does so, as she seems to be in her right frame of mind for an instant, she says, "You overgrown lily pad. You bloated fuck," as she slices through that swollen bulge in Jonathan Croak's throat, allowing in the disgorging jelly from his insides, Leonora to wedge her feet and become a dervish, a blender. Rachel, do not take disadvantage on your attacks as you would have. Alice, in a strange middle state of chaos, has helped the party, but something's going on with her in the Mad Hatter's presence. However, based on the fact that you have showed her the marbles and were in a state of distress, she seems to have helped you. Make all of your attacks normally.
Showed her the marbles is a strong way to describe chucking them at her head. But I'll take it.
Twerk, bitch.
Well, give me a second. I forgot. So I did a 17 and a 16 to hit. Do both of those hit? One of them hit?
17 and a 16 against both hit.
Both hit. Oh, now we're sucking diesel. Hang on. I have to do. Oh, God, that was crap. Hang on. 6. I have to do maths because I have to add my elemental damage by hand. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, one does 15, and the other one does 8. 31 points of damage.
31.
Because I got on my elemental, I rolled 6 both times.
Immediately without any so as you're give me a sense, he's going to disgorge you. You've done enough damage for him to disgorge you. What does it look like? I mean, you got it. Like the description of a blender is so. We have to go for this, Rachel.
So she doesn't really know what's happening. She knows it's very warm and sticky and disgusting. She's not having a good time. So but she knows she's got her great sword in her hands, and so she spins. And the more she spins and the more she cuts into the flesh, the quicker she can go. So as more and more, she just bursts out of this guy in just an explosion, a rainfall of guts, gore. And then as she lands on the ground, she starts twerking.
No. At this point, Brian's disapproval is paramount.
And everyone needs to, let me double check. Fungal spores, armor, I think. I can't remember what the saving throw is. Otherwise, you're poisoned. DC is 15. Constitution save.
For poison. That is a 10. However, he is not immune to the poison condition. God damn it, Rachel.
So, and it's Goldilocks, so it's within a 10-foot radius. So if anyone else is near me who is an enemy.
Goldilocks is not within 10 feet.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's just him.
Still, that is problematic for his turn. Extremely so. Does that end yours?
Then she gives him the middle finger.
Okay, exceptional.
That's the end of my turn.
You jackanapes, I'll smite you. Do you say anything?
I just do that. I just go like this.
Your puppet memes.
While twerking.
Yes. Oh, truly. The insults, the hits just keep on coming. Oh, dreadful. At this point, it would be the Mad Hatter, but oh yeah, actually, I think it is. So as Alice approaches, she'll approach you by the end of your turn, Mad Hatter. But you've got a full turn to do with as you please in terms of dealing damage, etc., etc. What would you like to do? Are you okay? Oh, are you not able to unmute? Oh, you guys.
Sorry, no, that is me just being a dingbat. I have
no, you're
two.
Good. You have 2 dingbats?
No, I have 2 on the 50% roll.
Yes. So you are yourself, and whatever happens with Alice. They are coordinating something, and it is interesting.
Sorry, internet and electricity is a fantastical thing.
100%.
But
don't you worry.
Okay, so I am now the Mad Hatter. I have returned to myself, and in doing so, do I unleash Tides of Chaos because it's a magical action?
I think at the end of your turn, you can roll the D100 for now, but we'll register it at the end of your turn.
Gotcha. Okay.
These Tides of Chaos are just such a bedlam.
They are absolute nightmare. But we're gonna go with Hypnotic Pattern. We're throwing back to an old goodie. Okay. Hypnotic Pattern captivate multiple flows with an entrancing display. So no one in the park is my foe at this point. We're all going to throw it for it.
Sorry, say that again. Who's your foe?
So no one in the party is my foe. So now it's turned against everyone else.
Yes, indeed. Do you mean the Tides of Chaos, the hypnotic pattern itself?
Hypnotic pattern itself. So
yes. Yes.
come back, hypnotic pattern to distract and
Indeed.
diversify. Yes.
Is there a save associated? I think there is, isn't there? There's a save associated with this action. Hypnotic
so.
pattern. I think it might be a yeah, you make a 30-foot cube, a twisting pattern of colors. Each creature in the okay, so it is each creature in the area becomes charmed for the duration. Oh, because they're allies. They're already on your side. Oh, interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna make a wisdom saving throw for our enemies. Okay. Because this is potentially very, very bad. Okay. Goldilocks fails. Okay, Jonathan Croak is going to fail. The Naked Emperor succeeds. And do you count Alice as an ally? Mad Hatter.
Alignment right now.
She helped us.
You're not sure. You're not sure of her alignment right now. You can only assume based on your current situation.
Let me just flip a coin.
Exceptional, naughty vibe.
She's with us.
Okay. Yes, she is. Okay. Oh, sorry. That was a coin to decide your feelings about it or the reality of it, because I think it might be your feelings about it.
My feelings about it.
I love you so much. I love you so much.
Because it's all like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't target her. Oh, it's so good. Okay. So immediately Goldilocks goes, yeah, porridge. And becomes charmed and incapacitated. That is what hypnotic pattern does. Problem. Jonathan Croak's tongue plops out along with the stringy remnants of his bulbous throat, which is currently sagging like a punctured zeppelin onto the floor as he sort of lolls in place, incapacitated. The Naked Emperor goes, Scheiße. But he is fine. It is okay. Does that end your turn?
Yes. Well, because I'm casting another magic spell.
No.
Tides of Chaos. Sorry.
Okay. What happens? Tell me what happens, Michael.
100 and I moved 12, which is quite nice because it's way easier to find.
Okay.
Well, I have roll a d10. Your height changes by a number of inches equal to the roll. If the roll is odd, you shrink. Lenora.
Go ahead and.
If the roll is even, you grow.
What did you get on the d10? Go ahead and roll that now.
Become giant. Do it.
Yeah. Become huge.
On the D10, it's a 12. Sorry, it's a 2.
A 2. Okay, so you grow 2 inches. How that manifests is up to chaos. As the different chaotic energies flow throughout the room, there is a as something disappears and a boop as it appears. You have increased in height by 2 inches as the Naked Emperor's severed penis now juts from your scalp. 2 inches.
It was 2 inches. That's okay.
Whereas
he had little hands, right?
Indeed, not so swaggering as all rumor would hope, or either that or its largeness is inside the Mad Hatter's brain where it belongs. At this point, my friends, Alice approaches and her hands are out and in embrace towards her father. My friend, the Mad Hatter, what is your reaction to your daughter opening her arms towards you? She's not saying anything, but she's holding out her arms.
Chaos meets chaos.
Okay.
How much chaos of tides are you going to roll for this?
Oh, that's a point. I had planned something different, but your plan is better. While I'm taking the enemy's turn, roll 10 for me. 10 tides of chaos. While that's happening, Alice, reverted to her dark assassin form, stabs the Mad Hatter in the back. She rolls a natural 1. So as her blades come close, the rippling chaotic energy causes both daggers to the dagger to separate into two, one large, one small, and they begin to cyclone around like a strange steel tiara around father and daughter. At this point, we have the enemies taking their turn. 2 of them are fucking incapacitated. I forgot. Okay. They can make a wisdom saving throw, please. It's if they take damage. They haven't received damage.
And your man is poisoned.
Okay. Great. So
it's acid, isn't it?
No, it's just regular poison.
Poison damage or the poisoned affliction? I think it's the
poisoned affliction.
Yeah, got you. So the Naked Emperor runs up to Goldilocks using his action. I can do this. You can shake the character out of their stupor. Runs up to Goldilocks. Meine Freunde, meine golden Aureate Freunde. Everything is going wrong. Bernard is going to eat us alive unless we can wrap this all up with a neat little bow. Please, please shoot one of them in the face. I can do that. I can. I've always been just right, haven't I? Yeah? Why? And she takes 2 arrows and kills them both. You watch as the Naked Emperor's slit throat bleeds out, falls to the ground. Goldilocks says, Bernard won't have me. He won't have me. And instead of facing the wrath of Bernard Wolfe or whatever you guys are about to dish out, she ends her life. At this point, Jonathan Croak, unable to take his turn.
To be fair, though, we did melt her brains.
This is the thing, yeah, and exactly, it's kind of that's kind of what I was channeling, as well as pure fear of her lord and master of this city, the big bad wolf himself. Jonathan Croak is still technically incapacitated until he takes damage. He but with his enormous toadish, almost the way Toad's eyes can almost look like gemstones, yellow chrysoberyls staring vacantly at her. You almost see a twinkle of recognition of what's just happened and a total inability to do so. At this point, the bears all lay down flat against the ground, whining. And it is the hero's turn. It is the hero's turn. We are back with the initiative order.
So I genuinely feel terrible about this. This is a horrible situation to be in. So I come back inside with my turret and everything, and I plant it down about 4 inches from Croak's head, and then I aim point blank at his head. So it would take a lot for me to miss. It would take. There's literally no way I can pan this to stop. Like, it would have to misfire. Okay.
He is incapacitated. You have advantage on the attack roll, and it's an automatic crit. So Brian, roll just to see if you misfire, but you shouldn't. And then Chatfield, we're going to go to you with the Tides of Chaos, and we're going to be resolving this fight. But let's see if
it's 17 to hit.
I mean, that does hit. So go ahead and roll 2d12 and double it, as well, and then add your dexterity.
Then that is 24.
24 points. He is still up. You watch as half of his face is blasted away, and what seeps out will surely kill him in time. You could just leave him there, should you wish, if the party wishes to bleed out or to question him. He is no longer incapacitated as he keels over, but he is currently out of the fight unless he is. You guys know what I mean. Coup de grace. For the moment, we are out of initiative. because of what is about to happen with Alice and the Mad Hatter. Brian, did you have something else you wanted to say there?
Oh, I was just going to be like, that was for my sister. You know, indubitably, ribbit.
Such cruelty. First of all, that was really good. Second of all, you monsters. Third of all, that was really good. At this point, so
shall we do the first 5? Simply because there is so much chaos that shall be unleashed.
Yes, please.
Oh God.
Okay, so the first is I do a fireball.
Perfect.
And it is a 3rd level spell
Okay.
centered on myself.
Well, that is a 20-foot sphere. That will, Brian, thank you for coming into the room. Everyone in the room, except for Etienne, you all need to make dexterity saving throws. Rachel, remember to make yours with advantage, you nimble barbarian.
Why don't I need to? It's because I'm too far away.
Indeed, you are currently out of range. You specified quite a few times that you've been moving out of range. Like I'm definitely.
Oh fuck yeah!
I'm taking that into account. 5 sure.
18.
That's a success.
Dexterity save.
Yes, please.
And we're still doing 10 of these, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, we are. Yeah. Also, I'll roll the damage for the fireball. Don't worry about that. Brian, what did you get on your save?
Yeah.
Okay. 8. Okay.
I know.
It's not bad. I did not roll well. It is 20 points of damage. 20 points of fire damage.
Now we got so much pain to go.
I don't think I've seen Michael sound pleased. Leonora, still up. Nicely done. Silver, still up. Thumbs up. Thank God. Okay. As the fireball ripples throughout the room, shimmering everything in heat, and at this point, absolutely catching fire in the spilled alcohols from the bar. Yeah, there's so much chaos erupting here. Okay, what's the second thing that happens?
The second is everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Leonora, you're gonna love this. Everyone increases size +1 category for 1 minute.
So everyone begins to balloon in size. Etienne, you're about the same as you were before. From the reduce, it's perfect.
And I was already 5 foot taller because I was raging, so I get even bigger.
There are so many members of the Forgotten Eighth up here that it's actually like squeezing in like a mosh pit at this point. What is the next thing that happens?
The next thing is everyone loses their hair.
Okay, all hair falls.
I shit you not.
The bears, technically that doesn't affect the puppets. Although, yeah, I think it would kind of half affect the puppets. Or maybe it.
We're not creatures.
If anyone has a hair root, they're going out of problems.
Constructs.
Technically, you're magical.
We are magical constructs.
That is true. Well argued.
But is it hair that's implanted on the head?
Oh, it is. It is. I think how it would interact with the puppets is, guys, like, yeah, I think if the three of you guys could roll a d6 for me, and I'll do like a hair wheel color here. So that's Silver, Etienne, and Leonora. And everyone else loses their hair. Etienne, your hair is gray blue.
Okay.
Is that sign language? For 6.
Next,
oh yeah. Leonora, your hair is grey blue. And Silver, what did you get?
Leonora and I are happy.
Sorry, Silver.
What did you get on your d6?
Oh wait, sorry, d6. Sorry.
You're okay.
9 on 6 upside down.
You're okay.
That's a 9.
Yeah, it's a 6 upside down.
Oh yeah, okay. So all 3 characters now have blue-gray hair. You are truly siblings.
Yes.
Tripling.
What is the next thing that happens?
Sibling.
The next is invisibility until I cast my next spell.
Okay. Okay, so you go invisible. So stupid.
And then
After
we're going
setting
back to...
self-aware.
So everyone has to roll a d10.
Why?
And if you roll an even number, that is the inches in height that you gain.
Okay. Is it permanent? Yeah, I think it is.
Permanent game.
Okay, yes, you will not get penises on your heads. Those and actually, I think that
I really want Rachel to get like a 9.
2 inches.
Just
Two.
So Silver and Etienne grow 2 inches. Leonora is like 7'6".
Yeah.
Also, Chatfield, I think just for the sake of so that people don't have an image of your character with a constant dick on their head, I think the dick flops off and your character shrinks those inches. I think just for our headcanon here.
This is okay. So,
Okay.
these ones are
Yes.
terrible. Okay, so
Okay.
if you die in the next minute, you reincarnate.
As a different creature?
No, same as.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Every creature within a certain range?
Super OP. Yes. It did not give me a range. So it's 91.
Did it say?
That
Did it say
said-
you reincarnate? Because that just means you.
1 second.
This is ridiculous.
91.
Why did I say 10? Like I'm
Chill
glad.
out.
I'm
You have a second chance of making her cool.
Oh, okay. No, you are correct, Jack. If you die within the next minute, you immediately come back to life as if you use the reincarnate spell.
Oh yes, which is a kind of transforms the body. Okay, and it affects you. It affects your character, I think.
Okay.
Now, okay, what's the next thing? What?
Everyone roll a d10.
To grow again?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Literally, I hit 94, and then like that was number 2, and like number 6 was 94. I could show you a picture of this.
So if you're
It is literally the messiest writing you've ever seen. But it is literally like me just scrawling, just being like, okay, so we're in between challenges.
So your
Sorry.
odd numbers will decrease your height by a certain amount. Oh, sorry, Rachel. And even numbers will increase it.
If it's even, you lose the height comparatively. But if it's like odd numbers, you gain it.
Oh, the other way
with
around?
you. Oh, so when Leonora rolled, did you roll a 9 before?
10.
So Leonora, you would have lost 10 inches,
Fuck.
but now you've gained 1 back, so it's okay.
I've gained 7 back.
No. Like if it's
Good.
if it's an even number, you gain
Oh,
half
okay,
of that, right?
Oh, gain
So if you
half.
go to
Half.
10, then you get 5.
Got you. And if it's
But
an
if you got 9, you go down, like you just don't go up at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I understand the mechanic. This is absurd. What is the next thing?
Wait, do I grow
The
or not?
next
I got a
thing
7 this time.
is-
Yeah,
Oh, this one's
sorry,
a nice one.
You don't. What is it?
This one's a super fun one. So it was rolled 44,
Okay.
and it was for the next minute. You can teleport up to 20 feet as a bonus action for each of your turns. So one turn,
Mhm.
20 feet.
Okay, tasty. Yes, okay. We will take note of that should that come into play, but without combat, I don't see how it will. That's fine though. What's the next one?
Yeah. So we got 73,
Okay.
which is a random creature within 60 feet of you becomes poisoned for 1d4 hours.
It's Jonathan Croak.
So I would say everyone has to say within 60 feet right now who's getting poisoned.
Oh no, it's fully Jonathan Croak. He is now his poison has been extended now for 4 hours. His unconscious form begins barfing copiously. What's the next one?
The
I'm just trying to
next
keep moving at this point.
The next is
Oh my god.
sorry, I have so much chaos right now.
It feels good.
73. No, that was that. And then 39. Everyone roll 2d10s.
Okay. What is going to happen to us?
We'll see.
Okay. Jonathan rolled a 2 and an 8. What are the results we're going for?
Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
So you regain 2d10 hit points.
Oh, you regained this. Okay, so healed this much, guys. Really nice. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Which means Jonathan Croak regains 10 hit points. Nice. Okay, so he's conscious again. Tasty. What is it? Are we done now?
That is it. That is it.
Okay.
Sorry. That is
No,
so
why
much
would you
chaos to add to.
With this explosion of chaos, with the detonation of the fireball, with the coming together, the embrace of these two figures, with Jonathan Croak imprisoned by you, I imagine that as he looks up, he would look into the gun barrel placed at his head of silver, places up his hands. I surrender. And with that, as Alice moves away, her daggers dropping to the ground, she takes off her mask, and only you can see her face, Mad Hatter, but the rest of you could hear her talk. Daddy, she says. Daddy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Daddy, we don't have time for reconciliation now. Something's happened. And these people who have been so kind to me, I feel so bad for them because their daddy, their father, Bernard's coming for him. He's there now. And that is where we will end our session.
Oh, well, you're just a bit of a fucker, aren't you?
My friends, thank you so much for tuning into the Last Sunday Squad.
Dude.
We will do our sign-offs here. As Alice, Blade of Wonderland, is converted from dark to light by the chaos inspired by her father, as they attempt to encounter chaos together, as our hero's father, Geppetto, is placed into danger. We will do our farewell, and we will see
He
you
really
again
shouldn't have
tomorrow.
done that.
At this point, we will go from player to player. Tell us where we can find you, who you are, and what you're working on at the moment, so people can support you in any way possible. Let's start this one with Brian.
So I'm Brian. I write Quest Academy. I'm working on book 5 over on Patreon of Quest Academies. I haven't titled it yet, but book 4 is done. It's in edits at the moment, with a release date potentially in April. And the audiobook for book 3 will be releasing in 2 days, which I'm very, very excited about. But yeah, no, so that's me. You can find me either on my Discord, you can find me on Facebook, and so on and so forth.
Brian's audiobooks, narrated by Daniel Wisniewski and Rebecca Woods, are sensationally popular. The Quest Academy series, for damn good reason. Check it out, folks. Pre-order that. Do yourselves a favor. Brian, thank you for another session of silver. At this point, let's go for the marvelous KT Hanna.
And I'm Katie Hanna. I write lots of books. Got some the online complete series at 7 books, and I've got Library System Reset, which has 3 books out right now in ebook, 2 books out in audio, and book 4 is due out in ebook in end of March, probably. You can find me on Facebook or Discord, or yes, there you go.
100%. Gang, KT, her series Library System Reset, like check out Somni online if you want to see a completed work, but the Library System series is sensational. It evokes that, as people say, a cozy feeling of a library, while also being the adventures that you would get encountering the stories of that library. It's multiversal. It's hyper engaging. Again, do yourselves a serious favor, check it out. Rachel Ní Chuirc.
Hey, my name is Rachel, and I have a completed trilogy out, the Knights of Eternity trilogy. It's Calamity, Desecration, Divinity. The first 2 books are also already out in audio form, narrated by the fabulous Andrea Parsnow. And if you want to find me, you will see me at Jack's house, where I'll be kicking the shit out of him if anything happens to Geppetto.
She means it, folks. I've done reviews for each of Rachel's releases so far. I am really looking forward to the third. Rachel was a a sensational writer on Baldur's Gate 3, writing Anti-Ethel, Alfira, other extremely memorable characters and moments. The whole Act 3 Rivington Circus, her brain baby, as well as many scripters, etc. But she was really instrumental in it, and that carries through to her writing of her novels. Seriously, just phenomenal stuff. And thank you, Rachel. Then we have our last but not least, our exquisite guest star, the madman himself, Michael Chatfield.
Well, I would not say I'm least, because I have to give this over to Jack after myself. But I'm very honored to be with the cast of people that we have today. Fuck off, Brian. I can literally see you. Anyway, but no, this is a great cast. If anyone has not read their books, go check them out. It is definitely worth the time. It is definitely worth just try 10 pages. It is absolutely awesome. I've read everyone's books here. I've had so much fun in between the pages. Not Leonora's pages. That is a very different kind of situation. But no, like, honestly, enjoy books, and we're all here about books. Get out of here, Katie. Anyway, but no, like, honestly, awesome. Love the books. Have a great time. I think the next thing that you will see us all at is it Lid RPG Con or is it Jordan Con? And I'm going to throw this over.
I'll be at Jordan Con.
Fantastical, beautiful, the DM of this chaos. And honestly, okay, so everyone doesn't know how much that we have to like throw at Jack for all this absolute insanity that he has to deal with, and he deals with it so lovely. And he is just like, oh, I'm gonna, and rolls with it, like just like such gem. So, Jack, over to you.
Thank you, Michael. No paragraphs need be said. Your success speaks for itself. What a paragon of the industry. So yes, I am Jack Fields. I've been your Fable Master. That was unbelievably kind. Thank you. And thank you for tuning in, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting the show just by watching, just by enjoying. My work can be found in the Walking Shadow trilogy, starting with Scarlet Citadel, narrated by Neil Helligers and Tess Irondale. The second audiobook for Scarlet Blade, the sequel, is releasing in April. I'm very excited about it. And the final novel is just about reaching completion point. So I'm pre-edits, but I'm so excited to finish the trilogy with the most terrific bang. It's been so much fun to write it, and the responses have been fabulous. Thank you, my friends, for this game. Thank you for tuning in, the audience, and yes, we will see you all next month with a new guest star, new events, and hopefully a Geppetto to save, if he can indeed be saved from the wrath of the big bad wolf. My friends, we bid you adieu. Thank you to Geneva for being our technical wizard, and yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you next month. Farewell.
Thank you so
Keep
much.
waving.
Bye.
Yes.